All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we're on.
We're on.
Okay, my name's Logos. You can also call me Jim. I'm a member of the BAIO. I like to say, do you go by Eli or BGS or?
We're on. Let me mute. Let me mute this. Let me mute this. Okay. You can call
I'm
me
sorry.
BGS. You can call me BGS or Eli, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. BGS is not what they call me here on this channel.
Okay, I'll call you BGS. Let me just say on B. We talked about this. A few members of the BAIO offline a little bit ago, and let me be the first to say we got to apologize for what happened with Kala last night. Speaking of you being a little bit rude, that's not what the BAIO is about.
Mm-hmm.
We're about open, respectful debate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're about. So it's don't think this is like, hey, I'm coming at you some type of internet gang banging thing, because that's not what we're about. We're about intelligent conversation, intelligent debate.
Mm-hmm.
And Call is my man. He's a founding member of the BAO. He's actually the one who brought me in. Sometimes he gets a little bit of hot headed. That's behind the scenes. We'll talk about it behind the scenes. But I just wanted to say that first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to continue or?
Oh, no, go ahead. It's your time, man. Go ahead. You're on by yourself.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll concede to you, and you
No,
can
no,
go.
no. You say what you need to say, man. You got
Okay, but
time.
BGS, like I said, I'm a subscriber of you, bro. I listen to you a lot, man. You
Mm-hmm.
do drop a lot of good knowledge. So I am
Mm-hmm.
a fan. I'm not trying to come at you the wrong way on here. I just have one question about that debate. Actually, two.
Go
Like
ahead.
I said in the comment section.
What's the first one?
The first one is, what is the plan for Black America? The
What is the plan?
second one, the
Go
second
ahead.
one is,
No. Let's take one at a time. What is the plan for Black America? What do you mean? And which Black America?
there's only one Black America, Black people in America. The people who only have citizenship in America,
Mm-hmm.
born here. What
Mm-hmm.
are they going to do? And number
That's
two, number two,
no, no,
number
no,
two.
no, no, no,
Go
no,
ahead,
no,
go
no,
ahead,
no. Let's get with that one.
go ahead.
Okay. What is the plan for it? Basically, but Black people have to decide what they want to do. Do they want to stay here? Do they want to go? And for the vast majority, for the last 100 and 200 years, they want to stay because they had opportunities to leave at least three times over the
And
last
what
20 years, and they always wanted to stay. They didn't want to go. Liberia is actually founded for them. And they did it wasn't that and they were actually literally trying to get the free Black slaves to leave, okay, and push them to Liberia. They said we weren't born there, we didn't grow up there, we don't know anything about it, we're not culturalized to be there, we don't want to leave. That's them. Okay. Lincoln tried to do it in 1865 after the Civil War was ended. He tried to get the black slave, the freed slaves, the free Black people out. Three places: Liberia, Haiti, and also Belize. That's like we have like you think he sent like 50,000 free slaves to Belize. That's like we have all those Black people in Belize now. That's where he sent them. But there wasn't enough money and there wasn't enough support, so though all those three things failed. So it's not like we didn't have opportunities to leave. Third, even under Garvey, there was a push to actually get Black people to actually leave and go someplace else. So it's not like they haven't, America really tried to push us out because they wanted this to be a white nation. America never wanted this United States to be more than 2% Black. They wanted this to be a white nation. They wanted to push all the Black folks out. So, and recently we did this poll shit in 2005. Do believe I wish I could find a recording of it where me and my party asked in open air, "Hey, are you an African or are you an American?" 90% said what? They're American. They want to stay here. So, so basically, the vast majority of what we call Black people are African Americans. They have to stay here, and they have to do what ADOS is doing right now. They're going to have to fight for their place, and they're going to have to be absorbed into the collective.
So they've been here. Are you done?
Yeah. Well, you asked
Okay.
me a question. Now you
Okay.
ask me, am I done?
No. Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
No, 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 no. What do you have to say?
So your plan for Black America is to continue with the struggle that they've been on the
My, not
court
my,
for.
not my
Uh,
plan. Not my plan. Not my plan.
our plan. I mean, this is your opinion, right?
It's my opinion.
If it's not my plan,
Okay,
that's for,
okay. How do you get 90% of the Black folks to actually sign on to what you want?
I'm not worried if that I'm So my question with this is, what is the options for Black America? Because right now, Black America's options are null, limited. You say Liberia, the thing with them was then they knew nothing of Africa. They didn't even have a television to look at Africa. They might have saw pictures of Africa in the book. They had no idea what Africa is. And honestly, we didn't know what Africa was until about 10, 15 years ago, to be truthful.
Who was we?
Black America as a whole, until pretty much social media. Because what I saw, and this is just, I was born in the 80s. I don't know when you were came about, but what I saw from Africa, from what they were pushing from the media, was flies on the face. That's all I grew up seeing of Africa. Now with social media, I've seen a different Africa. So there's that. So as far as I get to my first question, your plan, or what you say the best plan in your opinion for Black America is to keep struggling and striving in America like they've been doing.
That is the options. The option A is what they want to take. What are you going to do?
Is there another option?
The options, the best option that we had, we don't have it currently, that we had, is when the Chinese first, basically during the Gulf War, when the Chinese first really started their big push into Africa, where you had a balance, where you had opportunities because America and Europe was busy elsewhere, where you could have made inroads. But that balance, that 15-year gap that you had was finite. And Black folks did what Black folks have done in the past. They're culturalized here. They're socialized to be here.
So you're saying America is the only choice, and that's what
I didn't say that.
Then what are you saying then?
But basically now your choices are much more limited than they were, I would say, even 5 years ago.
And what the choices is just to stay here and keep fighting.
No, what I'm saying is you can, but your choice is, if you want to go to the continent, you can do it. But the thing is,
you have to do it like, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You can do it, but you have to be absorbed into the countries. You have to be absorbed into the population. That's what you're going to have to do. And you're going to have to be uncomfortable. And most Americans, especially Black Americans, are not used to being uncomfortable.
Okay. So that's, would you agree that we're not first-class citizens in America, or even second class for that?
We're second-class citizens.
Okay, so we're not first-class citizens. We agree on that. If a cop kills, even an average white man kills one of your family members, a young Black man between the ages of 17 and 25, there's a high chance, over 70%, he's probably going to get away with it. True or false?
Mm-hmm.
True. So I'm going to go on and say that America is not the best plan for African Americans, or what we're called now. America is in our head with this whole ADOS movement, which I agree with some points of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first part of it is they're going hardcore for America. See, now here's the thing. Now here's where we would differ.
Okay, so give me your plan.
We need, to put it in the simplest terms, we need an Israel for Negroes. There's Jews who were born here. I live in Pittsburgh. I live right down the street from Scroll Hill. It's a Jewish community. There's Jews there that have never stepped foot in Israel, but they still have Israel in their mind.
Okay, so let
me finish.
Okay, all
they
right.
still have Israel in their mind.
Okay.
And that, hold on, let me finish my statement. I'll let you talk. Let me finish.
Okay. Okay, you're talking to the audience. You're not talking to me. You're talking to the audience, because I already know.
Okay. So they have Israel in their mind. Their loyalty truly isn't to America. It's to another place. And they always got that. And that brings them together as a collective. Now, we used to have that in Black America in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, when we were so oppressed, all we had was ourselves. We might not have had a nation. We might not have had land, but we were tightened together. When we went for the integration movement, that was a terrible idea. And that's where we started falling apart at. Really? Integration in America was a bad idea, at least the way we went about it.
Okay. So what was our alternative?
We could at least negotiated something better.
We did. Okay.
What did we negotiate?
Because the only reason they didn't The only reason that they didn't go to gas chambers like the Jews did in Nazi Germany is because the Fabian socialists thought, okay, it's already been done. It's a bad idea. There's 10 million of you. Hitler killed what, 15 million people?
Well, I like to say, just for our tribe, Black Americans, it's going to be a lot harder. I'm not saying they can't wipe us all out, but it's going to be a lot harder.
Really?
Really? Yeah, yes.
Really?
And I'm not talking about people rioting. I'm talking about we do have some hitters that you don't know about. Now, I'm not saying he will be part of us.
Hold on, brother. No. Wait, hold on a second. I want to ask you a question. We're not talking about some fly-by-night Latin American country. Talk about the most powerful country on the planet.
And there we go. And that's exactly my point, BGS. There's no point in trying to.
So basically, we're talking about a country that has destroyed nations.
Exactly.
Nations.
Exactly. So why?
And Germany, they had a much smaller population, less resources, killed basically by themselves. They basically killed like 50 million.
Hold on, brother. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form the Black Americans should try to overthrow the American government on any plateau at all. That's idiotic. That's not only idiotic because of their muscle power, it's idiotic because what would we gain out of it? We would do the rest of the world a favor and we'd be destroyed, even if we weakened them, because we would probably lose. But even if we weaken them, it's not a good plan. So sitting here trying to overthrow America, that's a bad idea. Keep trying to fight for America like we've been doing for the last 400 years, thinking that they're going to change. Your position, though. That's what I'm going to get to your position.
No. Give me your plan, just like we asked Victor. What is your plan?
Okay. So my plan is we're never, of course, going to get all of Black America anywhere else. Okay. Even if we had a nation in the Caribbean, sir, we still couldn't get them. These Negroes wouldn't even leave. But if we even had 2 to 5% in their own land, somewhere else. Hold on, let me finish, sir. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish my idea.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead.
Okay. If we even had 2 to 5% in another land, that's moral support. That's hope. Hey, I ain't got to do this American thing. I could get my money here, and then I could leave. And that's what a lot of immigrants come here and do. They get their money up here, they get their education here, they build it up, and then they leave. Not all, some stay, but a lot do. Look at Akon. Look what he did. He came here, made himself here, but he didn't stay in the game. He took it back to Africa. And now this man's on the way to becoming a billionaire. I'm not saying everything he did is right and whatever.
Who financed Akon to do that?
He started the initial money. I don't care if he did have a Chinese investment. He still came with the initial money, and he made his money in America.
Wait.
Hold on.
No. Hey. Whose channel is this? I invited you on. Answer my question. Where did the vast majority of the money come from? The Akon's initiative.
His initial money?
No, the vast majority of the money. Where did it come from?
His initial money came from the music industry.
Where did
his secondary push?
Where did the vast majority of the money come from?
His initial push.
No.
Hold on, brother.
Answer the question.
And you just heard me. I said I know that Akon's energy is his lighting source was invested by China. They gave him $1 billion worth of credit. I'm well aware of that. That doesn't matter. I don't care about that. They would have never gave him that money if he didn't already have some capital. And he made his capital in America.
They gave him the money because he has a name. It had nothing to do with his money.
And where did he make his name at?
In America.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna get you got another minute. You got one more point I want to plan because you haven't given it to me. Make your secondary point. Go ahead.
Can I finish? Okay. So what we need is a hope, an ideology. Give up on America. Too many African Americans are invested here mentally. They think this is America and I'm an American and blah, blah, blah. And God bless America. There's nobody more patriotic than Black Americans. And we've got to prove that point that this is a fallacy. Because if you really know, like I'm sure you know, we ain't really Americans, dude.
Yes, we are.
We're an American.
Yes.
Black Americans are Americans.
Yes.
So you're telling me the average little white American family, the police in Detroit could kick in their door, while the baby's sleeping, come in there and shoot that little girl in her damn head, kill her, and then the cop could get off, that would happen to a white American family? Yes or
Yes,
no?
it has.
It's a rarity. No,
No,
it has. It's a
no, it
rarity.
has. It has.
It's a rarity.
Yes, it has. There was a white guy in Utah.
Bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you, bro? What?
Go ahead, continue.
Look at the stats. I don't even have to prove it. Look at the stats about how many white kid folks get killed by police and get off. It's in the stats. More than black ones. More than black ones. But that has nothing to do with black people being American. Have you been to the continent?
I have not. However, my uncle is Nigerian,
No,
and we
your
have
uncle's
several.
have you been to the continent?
No, sir, I haven't. I do have a passport, though.
You have a if you go there and see how American you actually are.
I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that. But
You're
I'm saying,
American.
are we now? You just said a little bit ago that we're second-class citizens, though. So how are we American?
Yes, we are. Hey, basically, the Dalits in India are fourth-class citizen in India. They're still Indian. There's natives in Nigeria, tribes in Nigeria that fourth-class citizens in Nigeria, but they're still Nigerian. It has nothing to do with where you are, your status in your own country. You're still where you're from. It is what it is.
Let me
That
say
has
this.
nothing to do with it. Now that you made your second point, give me the plan, because you talked about Israel, right? Give me the plan.
Okay, so my position is the best plan for Black America is to give up on America in the ideology sense. Now, Nigerians are here and they're at the top of the chain as far as economics here.
Give me the plan. Give me the plan. No. Give me the plan. Soup to nuts, man. I don't need to ramble. I need the plan.
The plan is have a secondary option, because right now Black Americans don't got a secondary option,
and
that's what's killing them.
And that is,
can they have a land to go to with citizenship on the continent?
A land to
now
go. No, okay. Are you talking? So a citizenship? They had it until 1998 when basically Liberia changed their constitution.
Liberia's out of the question, and that's part of it. The history of Liberia, and second off, you can't drop one tribe on another foreign tribe. And if we did get land, which I'm gonna get to my second point, would Africa cut us land? Is that possible?
What I'm saying is,
you're saying is no.
No. What I'm saying is until 1998, an African American, if you landed in Liberia and you were there for a year, you were granted dual citizenship.
And I'm pretty sure there's still some. I just read the Liberian Constitution. You could still get citizenship there if you're Black, but you can't have dual citizenship, and that's the issue with Liberia right now. That's where they changed the Constitution.
So right then and there, you do have a place to go, do you not? If that is the case,
but you can't have dual citizenship.
Oh, if you don't have dual citizenship, if you need a plan B and you need citizenship somewhere, if Liberia, if that is the case, and when I looked at it, they had withdrawn it. But the thing is, I'll look at it again. Because I looked at it like 4 years ago.
I just looked at it a little bit, like last month.
So in other words, you do have a landmass in case you need a plan B to go to, because it's already there, right? So you already have that. Now what?
No, you need dual citizenship.
Why?
Because you can't go around the world doing business on a Liberian passport. That's why.
You need a plan B. What do you care?
Plan B isn't just to go and live and do nothing. Plan B is to go and bring us our culture. And I would say we're a great tribe, are we not?
So you go there and you build up Liberia, and you change the way you do business around the world so that you can go around the world in the Liberian.
You know what? We at the BAIO, we have discussions. Liberia is not 100% off the table, to be honest. Now, that's not my plan.
Why?
Now, I'm going to tell you why. Because the question is, we don't want to get dropped on another tribe. I wouldn't just want to have a bunch of Czechoslovakians just dropped in the hood. I live in a black. I live in a black neighborhood.
Basically, I said that to Victor last week.
And the Victor, I listened to that show, and he may not have been clear on the position. And we have different members. We have members of all levels, man. We have members of all levels. Hold
on a second. I said the very same thing to Victor last week. The exact same thing. I actually brought it up with Kala. just last night, and now you're saying that that is not on the table. What is now? What is the BAIO's position? Make it clear to me.
Be on Liberia or in general?
In general, because you say you can't drop
In gen-
you can't drop another tribe onto another tribe's land. I said the exact same thing, and I'm getting pushback. Make it clear to me.
the clear to you is we need a nation state of our own, and not just for Black America, for
How?
all the citizens of state.
How?
Now, here you go, brother. With the how? Now we
How?
ask the question. Now hold on. Now we're asking the question.
Hmm.
So we know that's what we need. Would somebody cut us land?
No.
I believe your position is no, right?
Yes.
That's your position.
Hmm?
You state that on fact. No African country will cut us land to live on.
They will cut you land to live on, but you said a nation state of our own. Did you not say that?
Yes. Where we would now that's the third question. Autonomy is the third question. The question is, could I live there and I wouldn't be dropped onto too hard. I don't want to be.
No, hold on a second.
Hold
Whoa. Don't skip past that. What does a nation state mean?
It means you have autonomy in that country.
Okay.
Basically like Singapore.
So Singapore, the Vatican, there's a few others, right?
Okay, yes.
So in other words, who's going to give you that kind of authority?
And you're saying no one will.
No.
Okay, now I got to bring this up, brother. I don't know if I could drop the link in the chat, but they already have.
Who?
Hold on. Let me see if can I drop this in the chat? I don't know if it'll let me drop it in the chat.
Drop it in. I'm not going to give you a wrench to drop it in the chat. You drop it in my chat, and I'll actually put the link up. We have. I don't know if you're on a phone or what you're on. There should be a chat, a Hangout chat. Drop it in there.
Got you, brother. So now let me finish the statement because it's going to go in and get.
But the thing is, we can drop the link. No, hold on a second. Who is giving us autonomy?
Now
in the country, who? Now
let me finish.
No, dude, come on, answer my question. Come on.
Let me read the article. Let me read the article, brother. And I don't agree with the naming of it. But
okay, go ahead.
The ambassador of the African Union to the United States of America, and I'm reading from an article here. Dr. Arcana, excuse me if I butcher her name, Timorobi Kwao, has recently held an African trade fair. Now, what she does, the African Union ambassador, they're actually in a mission right now to cut us land. Not only one piece of land, but she's went on record and said 4 pieces of land for all descendants of slaves in the diaspora to come home. So there it is. They've already done it, and they're doing it.
No.
The first one. No, hold on. So let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
The first one is to be broken up in 2020, and Zambia has offered land, and Zimbabwe have both offered land. Now Kenya and Tanzania have also just recently pledged land for us as well. So they're already cutting us land to what you said they would never do.
I didn't say that. No. I didn't say that. What?
You didn't just say that.
No. What did I say? I said what? Nation state. What does that mean?
Now, here's the third question. Would we have autonomy there? Because I'm not going nowhere where Zambia and Zimbabwe are cutting it is. Or can complete they have complete political control. We would have to have political control.
Why?
What do you mean? Because I'm not living somewhere where I don't have a vote. Would you?
Okay, let me flip the vote is one thing, autonomy is another.
If you are voting in your government, if you have, I don't want to use army is a harsh question. Let's just call it a police force. If you're handling your taxes or paying for the country, then that's autonomy.
No, it's not.
So if your politicians that you're voting for, like we vote here in America, are in control of the country, that's not autonomy.
No.
What's the difference? We have a military force, we have political, we have our own land.
As a nation state, as a nation state, we have autonomy as compared to the rest of the world, but individually, no, we don't have autonomy. We're part of a nation state. Where is there a group of people that have total autonomy from the United States?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
Where in America is there a group of people that have total autonomy from the United States?
As far as I know, nobody's tried it since the Civil War, and I wouldn't recommend trying it again.
Where in
Now,
a, no, I'm gonna ask it again. Listen to me carefully. I'm gonna slow it down.
I'm sorry.
Where in America right now is there a group of people with total autonomy?
I'm going to go on record as saying nowhere, but you can argue the Native Americans, but I'm going to still say they really don't control that land because they don't control that land. Now, that's the third question. The second question was, would Africa be willing somewhere to cut us some land? And I just proved my point that they would.
That's not the question.
So they're going to cut us land.
Ghana's already done it. South
Ghana
Africa.
has not given citizenship to those 5,000 or 10,000.
I didn't say citizenship.
Now they've offered, and you know what else about the Ghana thing, bro? You're trying to bring that up. Everybody has a right to vote in Ghana, so please don't bring that up.
Right to, but how many people actually get it
in Ghana?
Yeah,
I just told you. You're bringing up Ghana that they're giving away land or whatever. Anybody could come there, and you lease the land. You're not buying the land. You lease the land in Ghana.
Everybody leases the land unless you're part of the indigenous tribes. Everybody.
And from what I hear from the people that I know, from my friends who are actually Ghanaian, they say they still have to lease the land too. So there's a class issue there.
There's one lady there. They actually start slowly but surely changing the laws, and there's one lady that actually bought the land. Okay.
I'm aware. There's been some movement. There is some people who have gotten citizenship in Ghana that
the African laws don't work the same way that the Western laws work. They would have to westernize the law or their cultural habits in Africa to actually accommodate Westerners. We have a Western mindset.
Exactly, and that's another reason why I would just want to be dropped head first in Ghana, because there would need to be a transition period. That would need to be. So to your first point about staying in America and working hard and trying to integrate here, that's out the damn door. You're only in America for two reasons: education and money. After that, we got a continent to build and a Caribbean to build. Two, would Africa cut us some land? You said no.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't say that. What is the question that I asked you? What's the question that I asked you? I said a nation state. What does that mean?
Autonomy.
So
that's the third thing.
No. Is there anywhere in there that they say they're going to give you autonomy?
No,
anywhere?
That is the third thing.
No.
That question?
No. Is it in there?
It's not clear on that point.
No. Is it in there?
It's not even built yet.
Is it in there? In her statement, is it in there? You said that's true. Is it in there?
And I said that's the question. I didn't say autonomy. I said they're cutting us land.
In other words, the answer is no. It's not in there. So what you ain't no hold on. So what you said is invalid. That's not the question that I asked.
It didn't say that they're not giving it. It didn't say that the Zimbabwean government would be running it.
In other words, what the post that you put is invalid. The answer, until they actually give it to you, is no. Did you ask that question about autonomy?
Yes, I did.
You asked that question. So what was the answer?
We're running that question. That is the next question. We're only on point 1 and 2. What should Black America do? Stay here and try to integrate and keep running this old I have a dream, I shed blood at Selma mess, trying to work hard and integrate here? That's not it. That's out the door. Plan 1 for you, sir.
So you want a plan. The plan is to actually integrate into the society of whatever country you're actually going to migrate to. That's the plan. That is the best plan. That's the best way. With the least amount of friction, with the least amount of strife. You want to know what my plan is?
To integrate into an African society.
Yes. Well, you know how to do that. My plan to actually do that. That will probably work and be accepted.
Okay, let me tell you that's not going to work. But go ahead.
Oh well, okay. Well, you haven't even heard it. Why is it not going to work? You haven't heard it yet. Go ahead.
Could we integrate into an African society? We already did it with Liberia. Here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem, and that one thing we have to look at Liberia. I have the utmost faith in our tribe. The Black American, aka the Akata, we are the shit. Wherever we go, whatever we touch is going to turn to gold.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever we go, we are going to rise above. And that's what happened in Liberia. Now, the thing that was bad about our Liberia, like in the 90s, as opposed to the 80s in the drug game, instead of putting everybody on and bringing everybody up, only a few people are eating. That can't happen again. Everybody has to be raised up. If we do get this land cut, we're not just going to have this nice little city over here and we're up. When we're on our toes, we got to build up all our neighbors. And that's where the organization of the BAIO comes in.
In other words, you are integrating yourself into what?
I'm not integrating myself into anywhere.
You're integrating yourself into the society. You have to integrate somewhere.
There is no, bro. If there's nothing there, and there's nobody for 200, 300 miles, there is no society to integrate into.
Yes, there is. Who's in control of that land?
See, now that's the third question: is how is this going to work?
No. Wait. If you're not going to answer my question, dude, then this is a waste of time. Who's in control of the land?
We should be in control of the land.
Why?
After we pay for the land, after we build up the infrastructure of our neighbors, then after that, when we have that written in contract, then we should own the land. Not before, not after. Nothing is for free. Nothing is for free.
So let me now flip the script. Okay. Say pick a country, right? Pick Kenya, right? Okay. They give you land. Okay, how many people are you actually going to move there?
Bro, and like I said before, Black Americans have so much love for this place.
Answer a
50K,
question.
50,000.
50,000
let's just say
50,000 people, right? Going to move there, right?
Let's just say, let's go with that number.
Let's go with 50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you have 50,000 people, right? They're educated, they're smart, they can actually build stuff. Okay, that is the beginning of a tribe, is it not?
We already are a tribe.
What I'm saying is, I'm talking about on that land mass. Okay, we're a tribe here, but on that land mass, that's the beginning of a tribe, right?
We are a tribe everywhere,
dude. Is that not a beginning of the tribe?
We already have a tribe, and our number one goal is to avoid tribalism.
In an emplacement on that landmass, right?
Go ahead, continue. Go
ahead,
yeah.
Okay. So now, if you're the president of Kenya, do you give these people autonomy inside your borders?
If they paid $100 billion, $500 billion in 10, 15 years, yeah. If they give my people access to that land, yeah.
So basically, you're gonna give them autonomy as a nation state inside your borders.
And there would be how did Israel get made?
Well, that is a good question. How did Israel get made? You tell me.
Honestly, to put it, there's a lot to it, and they've worked on Israel.
Break it down. Break it down. Break it. Go ahead. Break it down.
The European powers cut Palestine up and gave them Israel. Now, we're not asking for the white man to come cut us a piece of land like they did in Liberia. We're not asking for that. We're asking for our brothers and sisters to work with us.
So how does Israel still stay Israel?
They have autonomy now. What do you?
How did they stay Israel? They have autonomy, but how do they keep autonomy?
If the point that you're trying to make is by oppressing another people, that is one thing that we are fully and wholly against.
Yeah, you might be fully and wholly against it, but how do they do it?
It doesn't have to happen that way. We don't have to go in and shoot and kill people. There were African migrations thousands of years ago. They didn't have to go in killing people.
There's
three totally different tribes in Nigeria with completely different religions, and they came there by migration. Did they come first by the sword? No. There was probably tribal migrations, and another tribe gave them land to live on. We are not Europeans. Everybody doesn't have to be killed and shooting shit up to get something.
Do those tribes in Nigeria have autonomy?
You know what? They tried. Look, you know what? Before the white man, yeah.
Do they have autonomy?
In 1200 AD, yeah. In 1300 AD, yeah.
So
before the white man came through and put it all together, no.
Do they have it now?
Not anymore now, because they pushed them together in one tribe.
Do they have it now?
The whole thing.
And those people have been there on that continent for how many thousands of years?
and they had their own nations right next to each other,
right
working
next to each
fine.
other, right? But the thing is, we're coming from the outside, are we not?
We're still Africans, are we not?
That doesn't matter. We're coming from the outside.
Are we Africans? Julius Malema just talked about that, about Black
Are
Americans being
we? Are
Africans.
we? Are
We
we?
are Africans.
No.
To quote Julius Malema, we are still
Well,
Africans.
you can. Yeah. Try. Well, how come you can't go to South Africa and do the same thing? If he
I
said
can,
that,
I can immigrate. We could. You know what? If the EFF came to power and said, "Hey, Black Americans, we could take so many of y'all," if anybody, even if the ANC did it, if the ANC gave us dual citizenship, you're damn right I go to South. If
we don't work on ifs.
we don't. So
No.
your question was,
No,
would they
what I'm saying, if
does
will Julius Malema actually allow you an implantment inside of Africa that's autonomous? Will he? What do you think?
Well, we got to ask. Have you asked?
No. What do you think? What do you think?
Doesn't matter what I'm thinking. I'm talking about asking.
In other words, it's
No,
it's
no,
bullshit.
Let me, all right, now
It's
can I get my rebuttal?
bullshit.
Let me know when you're ready for my rebuttal.
No, you've been giving it.
You ready?
Bullshit. Give me something. Go ahead.
All right. What's time to be over with all due respect to all my elders, is y'all old niggas with this shit ain't going to work.
Prove us wrong.
Hold on.
Hold on. No, wait a minute. I haven't insulted you, young motherfucker. Young motherfucker. Prove it. Show me. Show me. Ask. Go ask.
You
now.
Asked if
go ask. Go ask. Go ask.
You
Prove
asked
it.
if they would cut. I asked if they would cut us land.
No. Do it now. You're talking about now. Not what if. Do it now. Prove it. Prove it.
In order to prove it, we're going to need to come with something, are we not?
No, we ain't got shit. Prove it now.
Are you sure we ain't got shit?
You ain't got shit.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We got a lot of workers in the BAIO.
No, it doesn't matter. What have they done? What have they done? What have they done?
We got a lot of devs.
What have they done?
We got a lot of
construction
workers.
What have they done?
What we're doing right now.
No. What have they done? Not what they doing. What have they done?
You count your men.
What have they done?
It's doing something.
No. What have they done? Not what they're doing. What have they done?
We're already
receipts, motherfucker. Do you have it?
Yeah. You know what it is? And
what?
If you join anybody here in this chat,
no, motherfucker. No, ain't no hold on. Receipts, motherfucker. Do you have them?
Going over to the continent to talk.
No. Receipts, motherfucker. Do you have them?
Yes.
Where?
Going over to talk to people.
No, motherfucker. Receipts. They come over here. You can talk to them. You don't have to wait for them to come over there. They're already over here. Talk to them here. They have conferences all over the nation. Talk to them here.
There is.
Receipts, motherfucker. Do you have them?
Yes.
Where?
You just asked. I told you. We got people talking to government.
No. So that's something that's done already. Receipts.
What do you want? That you want the land already? You want to say here's the land right now?
Yes.
You want this shit?
Yes.
Well, then get your ass to be
No. Yes. Now. No, you're the one with the claim now.
You want the land right now? You want the land right now?
Yes. You say you have it. Us old motherfuckers, it's time for us to go. Prove it, young motherfucker. What receipts? Bring them.
You want the receipts?
Yes, now.
Join the BAIO.
No. Well, if they want to join the BAIO, they can. What I want from you now is the motherfucking receipts, because you just said something. Receipts, motherfucker. Do you have them?
What do you want to know?
Oh, is there land that you already have? Is there projects on the ground right now that you're already doing?
And the members in the BAIO? Yes. Did they have autonomy? Hold on. Join the BAIO and you can see them.
No. Name them. Name them. Name them.
Bro, you can
name them.
You can see.
Name them.
Agricultural projects.
Name them.
Hold on. Let me log in here so I can shut you the hell up. So I just cut you 2 points. So let's go back. While I'm doing that, let's go back to your original point. What is the best plan?
My best plan, and I actually brought this up.
What's the plan for the tribe?
My best plan is to be absorbed. Okay, number one.
They ain't absorbing us. These
motherfuckers, shut the fuck up.
They don't want you.
No, shut up. Listen to the goddamn plan.
Let me hear it. How White Daddy gonna love us? Tell me how.
Shut the fuck up and listen.
Tell me how White Daddy's gonna love us.
I don't care about White Daddy. Are you gonna interrupt me?
Uncle Ben, tell me how.
Shut the fuck up for a minute. Mute yourself if you have to. You have to be absorbed, okay? My plan is how many retired people, the Black Americans that you have? You have what, 3-4 million of them? What you want is a bridge. And what you need is people to bring dollars into the economy, because that's what they need. Most African countries do not have enough dollars. What brings then free dollars with the minimum amount of effort or impact into your economy? Retirees, they bring a check with them from America, from Uncle Sam, which is dollars is what they need. So you bring. I actually did this with Ghana. I actually talked to this with Ghana because they had a dollar problem. And you bring in 100,000 retirees, which you have, at the minimum of $1,500 a month, that would bring Ghana in like 10 billion, at least 15 billion dollars a year, free, without any impact, hardly any impact, that invigorate their economy. Then you start bringing in students 6 months at a time to integrate into the society, where they can actually get in, integrate, talk to people, go to school, maybe start businesses. If within a generation you have an emplacement of like 300,000 or 400,000 people with businesses on the ground doing stuff, can move their way up to society. Any country you can do that. South Africa, Kenya, you start an emplacement with 100,000 retirees bringing in money. Over 10 years, you're gonna bring in what, $100 billion into the economy, free, without loans, without begging. And then you build a bridge for the young folks, students, to come in and actually start businesses. Because the biggest problem that I found out why people don't go is because they've never seen it. They're uncomfortable with being in a different culture and different environment. If you can actually ameliorate that stuff, guess what's going to happen? You get more people coming, more back and forth trade, young people with energy to actually come in and do stuff. So at the time, if you get, say you have 3-4 million retirees, you get 10% of them. That's 400,000 people. 4 different countries within a generation, you'll have what, 1 million, 2 million people, African Americans, that have a bridge with businesses, with doing bilateral trade from where they came from, with little impact. That's the plan you can do now. It's not something that you have to wait and convince people into, because guess what? Those retirees don't have to punch a clock. They don't have to impact taking jobs from people. They're actually giving jobs to people because what? They're actually impacting the economy. They're actually boosting the economy without loans. And that's just one way to do it. That's the simplest way to do it. With the resources that you already have. And basically, you give the retirees in America a quality of life that they can't get in America. Where they don't have white people breathing down their throats, they have a cheaper quality of cheaper expense. They're around black people they can be absorbed with and ingratiate themselves into the culture. You have a lot of people like retired teachers, retired engineers, retired whatever, that actually come in and start teaching people how to do stuff. It's a win-win. Simple.
Okay.
You already have it.
Can I get my rebuttal?
You can get a rebuttal.
Okay. Let me just say first off, I got a little heated back there. I apologize for that. I lost my temper a little bit. I didn't mean to go off with you. I'm not that young. I'm in my 30s. Got a little heated back there.
My son is 32.
Okay.
You're younger than me.
I know I am.
My daughter's 30.
Okay. So
I got 3 grandsons.
But let me tell you
dude, I've been doing this. I've been doing this shit I've been studying China since 1994. Okay, almost 30 years. I'm not new to this.
And I'm not here to insult your intelligence at all, BJ.
You're new to this. I'm not.
I ain't that new to this. A little bit.
How long you been doing this?
Studying Africa or looking at the continent for land or
studying Africa. How long you been doing this?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years researching, looking at different cultures, looking at, because I'm getting out of America. That's it. But let me tell you the problem with that.
I started with my partner doing this in 2003.
Well, thank you for your service, sir. Let me tell you the problem with that.
Man, thank you for yours. Give me something I don't know.
BG, we can't go to another society and just keep coming there and coming there and coming there. Are you
What?
aware? Are you aware that in Ghana they're starting to kick Nigerian businessmen out? Do you know why? They're doing that because they're taking over the economy. We're going to go wherever we go. If we just drop this rate in the middle, too many of us, we're going to take over naturally because we do have that Western mentality. And one good thing about the Western mentality is win.
What did I just say about retirees? You ignored everything. You didn't hear me, did you?
I heard you about the retirees, but eventually the younger generation is going to come.
Eventually, but in the meantime, what's going to happen to the economy with the retirees?
I mean, they could spend, it could go up, but
do retirees work?
No.
What do they bring in when you go there? When you go there, what follows you?
Ghana is a great place to retire.
No, okay, look, I know you're a millennial. Hey, I know you're 30 years old. You're a millennial.
Mm.
I got 3 kids, dude. They're millennials.
I was born in,
you were born in what?
83. I mean,
yeah, you're a millennial. Okay.
But I'm just trying to get you to get to this point.
No. In other words, you're ignoring everything I said.
You're saying integrate into another society slowly but surely. And
what are you going to do if they give you land? What are you going to do?
I'm going to go there and I'm going to build it. We're going to negotiate and we're going to see exactly what it is. We're going to look at everything.
When you start jobs and people integrate with you, what are you doing?
Building.
You're integrating into what?
If you're building from scratch, you're not integrating.
If you build from scratch on their land, you have to do business with who?
You do. If we go to Africa, we are going to have to integrate into the larger African mindset.
Thank you.
I never said that. I never said that.
Well, yes, you did.
I never said.
Yes,
said
you did.
Can't go to a populous place and just drop in. You can't drop 1 million. You couldn't even drop 2 million. You could even drop half a million in the logos.
Did I say that?
Even if it was.
Did I say that?
Being that most of us have DNA from Nigeria. Let's say they gave us citizenship tomorrow. Everybody who's ever 40%, 50%.
Dude. What did I just say? Did I say any of that? Did I say any of that?
You said you wanted to integrate.
I did. What did I just say? What was the plan that I just gave you?
To integrate slowly but surely.
No. Oh, you didn't hear it. Okay. Retirees. Why retirees?
Enlighten me. I heard you, but go ahead.
No.
They're bringing it in. But listen, brother. It's code red. True or false in America?
Where? In other words, if they don't have money, where did they get it from? They have to do what? They have to borrow it, right? From who?
You speaking of the retirees, or you speaking of?
No, I'm talking about African countries. Where do they get it from?
Some take loans from China, some get aid from the West.
So in other words, what do retirees bring with them?
That money that retirees that we're bringing in that you're talking about, that ain't nothing compared to a loan from China or aid from the West. That's just a little bit of aid.
Okay, now, you got a calculator? You got a calculator?
Look, hold on. We're going down.
No. Dude. It's I invited you on my platform, right? Who's running this? You or me?
And I thank you for that, but I'm not pulling.
No. Do you have a calculator?
No, I don't.
You don't. I was going to say multiply 100,000 people by 30,000 by I think is what a minimum what.
You think you can get 100,000 retirees to go to Ghana or wherever without an automatic dual citizenship process, just to go there?
If you can get them residency,
that's citizenship.
That's not citizenship. You can't vote. You can't vote with a residency or a retirement residency. I can actually go get residency within a year in Latin America and citizenship within 5.
Good places, yeah.
As a retiree, I can go get to Thailand and get automatic residency as a retiree within 3 months. As a retiree, okay, I can do that. I can do that right now. And they're not black. I can do that right now. What I'm saying is, since you don't have a calculator, because you're on on a phone. Phones
Yeah.
normally have calculators. Because
Let,
I actually did the calculations about 5 years ago. Because this question came up: what is the best way to actually start moving people from the United States, black people in the
mhm.
United States, to the continent, right?
So
And
you would agree, just real quick, you would agree that's the best. That's what we need to do. You would agree that.
I agree.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just want to get I'm not.
I'm a Pan Africanist. Of course,
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay. So we know that us going the route here in America, that ain't the best case scenario
And
of
see,
raising a family here in America,
I
is
didn't
it?
say you know, dude. Stay with me, okay?
I'm with
Stay
you.
with me. Stay with me. Stop going off on tangents. Stay with me.
I just need that question answered.
No, you don't need the question answer right now. Okay? It's saying 0 million. We have hundreds, millions, billions. Okay, 100,000, 100,000 people at the average of like $30,000 a year is $30 billion per year. Guess what? Guess what Ghana's deficit is as far as dollars?
I'm not aware. Tell me.
It's 6 billion.
That's nothing.
That's the deficit. And
That's
yes, it's nothing to us. What is it to them? Guess what? If they get an infusion of $30 billion where they don't have to have loans.
okay. That's great. And there should be. There's a lot of African
Okay,
Americans
you're not.
moving to Ghana.
Okay, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. You need to go back and study. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. That's the reason they will actually allow you in and actually take you in
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
because they're gonna get $30 billion a year in 10 years. What is that? $300 billion that they don't have to pay back, integrated into their society.
So we do that. We go with your plan.
Mm-hmm.
We start coming there. We get, let's just say, let's even call it 30,000. We get 30,000, and it's not going to be run of the mill. We get 30,000 well to do African Americans coming there doing startups in Ghana.
No, 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 no.
Eventually, we would what?
No, dude, stick with me. Stick with me. I'm not even talking about trying startups. I'm talking about retirees that don't work, that consume.
And what about me?
Then what about you? Then once you have an emplankment, a bridge, then we bring you people like you over to do what? Because now we have a place to go, integrate into the society. You can go to school, you can start businesses, you can actually get to know the people on the land, in the society, and then start your businesses, right?
And that's called a startup, correct?
That's a startup.
Okay, so we do that. We how much? Let's just say we call it 30,000 young folk, quote unquote, coming in there doing startups.
Or basically, you have 100,000 retirees. Let's try, say we have 400,000 retirees. Okay, we're gonna go blue sky, which is
Okay.
not really blue sky. Not all 4 million of them, but 400,000 of them. And you have have 200,000 kids coming in for 6 months. Or young people coming for 6 months, staying in having a room, don't have to pay rent, but actually getting to know business people, seeing what businesses that they can actually start. And after 5 years, they come back and actually on the ground start a business. That's 200,000 people. Now you have 600,000, over 500,000 people there on the ground, bringing in and actually integrated into the economy. And that's within 5 years.
Okay. Can I give you
How many African Americans we have doing that right now?
going to the continent, or you mean just here?
I mean, doing period.
There's a lot of us doing startups here.
How many?
A lot. I can't give you the number, but
Give me a rough estimate, a gut check. How many
that own their own companies here.
is
I,
it 500,000?
I wouldn't even say that. No, no.
Is it 100,000?
Mm, somewhere between maybe 50 and 70. I'm just giving a low ball number that actually
50
have their own
50 and
business.
70?
If yeah,
Go check. Go
probably
check.
is it less?
Yeah, it's one more like maybe 20,000 would be the top limit.
Okay, and I would say, but here's the thing though: when you're here, you work for somebody else, and it's more safer. Well, if we did bring an enclave of quote unquote young bucks to Africa, I'm not looking to take nobody else's job. That's out the door right there.
That's why you bring in. That's why you bring in retirees first.
So you're going to do the startups.
No,
Then who's going to do the startups?
The young people will do the startups. You don't need. Why? What was the reason for bringing in retirees? Think about it.
So you say that's all right. So that you're going to pretty much grease the axle for us to come in there.
Yes.
Let me get to this next step. Can you come to this next step with me? We go there.
All right, and you give me a headache, but go ahead, man.
We get there.
Mm-hmm.
So many come of us there, and we start taking over economically. That's going to cause animosity.
Why would if you're putting people to work, why would they cause animosity?
Because you would rule. Whoever rules the economy rules the nation.
If you give people a better life, why would they be upset?
Now, you know what? You're thinking like the Chinese here. If we go there and we build, would they love us? That's a question. You might be right, but I'm going to say I don't know.
In other words, are we not African?
We are Africans. Does everybody?
Will we become one of them?
No.
Why?
Never.
But then we're not African. Then we're not African. Then we're not African. Then
hold on, brother. We are one of them, but we're not of that tribe. A Nigerian in Ghana is looked at completely different and looked at with animosity. I'm not going to say it's going to be that bad there. It's because of the stereotype of Nigerians doing crime, and there is some crime going on there. But right now, they're starting to kick Nigerians out. Straight up businessmen. They're starting to kick it out because they're taking over the local economy.
Are they kicking out American retirees?
Why would that? Nobody's worried about a retiree anywhere on the planet.
So why wouldn't you start with that first?
You can start with that. That's fine. But I'm talking about whenever the young people come there, building an economy.
When young man, you're getting the horse, the cart before the horse. If you're there as a young man, you're actually going to do what? Work with the people that are there, right? To start a business. You're not going to do it by yourself. You're gonna become one of them, not a Nigerian. You become a Ghanaian or South African or a Kenyan. You won't be something else. You'll be one of them.
Even inside Kenya and Ghana, there's still a slight tribal animosity.
There's gonna be that anyway.
And there's going to be that. So now you just admitted that. Would it not be better for us to go to a non-populous place?
Not where it doesn't matter. They're gonna find you. I don't care where they drop you. You're inside their borders. They're going to find you.
And I'm not opposed to that. But if it's non-populous, would it be better? And before we even start building up our so-called our great city state or whatever, our position in the BAIO is we got to build that nation up first.
Build it up. Build that nation up first. It's already a nation.
The infrastructure is if African countries.
Well, you talking about your own nation? Is that what you're talking about?
Now that's
because you can build that nation up first. So which nation are you talking about?
If you're living there,
talking about the host nation.
Yes, the host nation needs to be built.
So in other words, what's different? Well, what's different from my plan than from yours?
Eventually, would you not? Now, if this is a best case scenario, would you not like an autonomous nation in Africa? And it's not to say that we don't like Africans or we hate Africans or whatever, but most likely, hold on, let me finish. We are going to have different ideals coming from the West. Listen, hold on.
No, hold on. You haven't thought this out, have you?
No, I have thought this out because listen to me. Now you're gonna tell me.
Hey, folks in the chat, does it sound like he thought this out?
Hold on, brother. And I'm not
you haven't thought this out, man.
Hey, you know what?
You haven't thought it out.
Every day. Nearly Fuller every day. I'm still learning.
You're still learning.
That's fine. Now,
you haven't thought this out.
But now let me say this about you thinking this out.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a high number of African Americans there in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be okay with a slave trade going on in the north?
Am I going to be okay with it? No, but the thing is,
are you going to
wait. Don't deflect. Let's stay on what we're on.
Okay.
Okay. We don't need to do actually a subject jump. Okay. Stay where we're at. Stay where we're at. Okay. That's the most effective way to do this. Okay. That you can do now with a population that's more, they're actually more willing to actually go there and actually do it. Why? Because they don't need a job, and they're bringing with them what? Money.
Hold on.
Why do you need a business? Because you need what? Reserves. You need money. What are African countries starving for?
I'd say infrastructure even more than money
No,
because they have
no,
resources.
no.
You say money.
If they have money, they can build their own.
What's more important, money or the reserves under the ground?
How do you get to the reserves under the ground?
You build infrastructure.
How what is it? How do you do that?
That's where we come in at.
Okay, and what is it? Oh, okay, so they're gonna do it for free.
No, we're not doing it for free. We want a piece of land. So now you came back to
So
my
in other words, why are you doing this? So you're gonna have all these volunteers coming in to do something for the resources underneath the ground, right?
volunteer is a strong word, but yeah, we're not doing.
I mean, you're gonna
We're
have
not.
people. You're gonna have people working for 2 or 3 years, and how do you feed them?
Now there that goes. There has to be the nonprofit. There's going to have to be investors. Now,
so and that investors means what?
People investing their money.
Money. So we're back to money. What's more? What do you have to start with first for any venture?
Money. Are you telling me you're telling me the retirees are the only thing Black America has?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What's the most what did I say that they have? Two things one thing that they don't have, and one thing that they do have. What's the first thing that they don't have?
I'm sorry, you're talking about us?
No, dude, retirees. Are you sure you sure you're in your 30s? Because you're all over the place.
So some retirees have some money saved up.
What do retirees live off of?
Their whatever check.
The retirement, the checks, the retirement, their 401ks, right? That's called what? Translates into what? Money, right?
Okay.
So in other words, say if I, a retiree, move to Ghana, what do I live off of?
Your money.
In my money, my retirement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I move to Ghana, I'm spending, instead of spending it in America, where am I spending it?
You're in Ghana. But BJS, I gotta say.
No. Hold on a second. So what economy does my money go into? Where's it coming from, and where does it go into?
When we go over the money, all the money we're bringing is going to go into their economy regardless.
Into their economy. So naturally. So basically, when you sell something, when you start a business, you want to bring what? Money into what?
The economy. What?
Into an economy. So what is the least impact for any African country to bring money into the economy?
You could say retirees. You could say dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship. If dual citizenship, if you come there and you live there, what do you have to do what? To live?
You have to have money.
Money? How do you get it?
Bro, you get money here in the U.S. People have savings.
And
it's not just retirees with money. So you would agree? All right.
You're saving. Do most young people have enough savings to live in Ghana for the rest of their life, or whatever, however long?
People working tech industry that I know, people who are coders and developers that make 80, 100,000 a year, yeah, they could go live in Ghana for a few years when they're young.
When they're young.
But let's yes. Now, all right. So BJS, you're saying the retiree movement. What am I going to do in the next 3 years? What am I going to do in this time being over the next 10 years while the retirees are there trying to paint the path?
No, they're not. Well,
what am I going to do when I'm getting pulled over, getting my ass beat every day? I'm supposed to just go through it?
Basically, once the retirees are there, they set up an emplacement. Guess where you can go live?
At my grandpa's house.
at your grandpa's house or your mother's house or your dad's house.
Okay. And, you know what? Okay, that's a plan. That's a plan. Let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
Tanzania, Kenya, like they said, they're just offering land. Zimbabwe, Zambia, they're offering land.
Mm-hmm.
They give that land,
Mm-hmm.
and they say after a certain amount of time, you can have autonomy or somewhat, or we work out a deal where we have a national guard there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go with that plan?
If they offer it and offer you autonomy, you take it.
Okay, so we're on the
So
same page, right?
so have they offered it?
It's cut here in the AU.
Hmm?
It's
It's
cut
what?
here. It's
It's
cut here,
it's
and the AU's offering it.
it's cut hair.
I said it's cut here
It's cut here. It- ba-
in this in the AU article.
in our
So we know that they're offering that.
did,
So
did,
we know
did,
what.
did
Now, are
they
they giving
no,
autonomy? Is
I
the
just
third
asked
question.
you did they say anything about autonomy?
So that's
What'd
the
you
third
say?
question. That's the third question.
That's not a third question. Did they offer it?
Is Ghana?
Did they offer it? According to your plan, did they offer it?
We're not sure.
So if you're not sure, the answer is no. They didn't
Okay,
offer it. It's not offered.
so you don't take it.
You can take the land, but that's
Okay.
not the question that I asked you.
Should we negotiate for it?
You
Should we go
can,
into so, brother? What's
but the thing is, if I'm Kenya, I'm Tanzania, I'm Ghana, I'm South Africa, autonomy is off the table. No, you're not getting autonomy. You
maybe
become a
so.
citizen.
Maybe so.
You
Maybe
become a
not.
citizen.
And you know what? In BGS, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. As long as I get the vote, I'm not opposed to that.
Would it stop putting it out there?
Should we try to negotiate for it?
Why?
Because we may have different objectives from them.
If you do,
And the objective is, and one of the
if
objective in case would be, ain't no slave trade going on in Africa.
you can't. What are you gonna do about that? You got an
Well,
army.
that's a long ways down the road.
Well, then so don't bring it up.
Are you okay? So say we go to integrate into some West African state and it's really run by France. Are you okay with that?
It's really run by France. Don't go there.
So you're not okay with the politics of every place, and that's why you would want autonomy. It's not to keep any other African out.
Okay. Give me. Okay. If basically, how are you going to get autonomy if they don't give it to you?
The best you can do is try to negotiate it.
And if they say no, what? Then what?
Well, you got to take what you can get. If the next choice is
then don't.
It's just not. Don't do it. You still got to try, don't you?
Okay.
So you're saying don't try it all.
Okay. Let's say that you get autonomy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that you get autonomy, total autonomy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say,
after
I don't care. We be 20 years, 30 years from now, right? Say you get autonomy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Say you built it up. Say how many people? 400,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say what you want to do, or your principles conflict with the greater society, right?
I'm sorry, repeat that. It kind of broke.
It says, what you want to do, your principles inside your enclave or your city state actually goes against the what the greater country wants to do, right?
And we do have autonomy.
And you do have autonomy. Then what?
We ain't going to war. We ain't going to war. If we disagree, we disagree. Listen, if we want to do whatever, if a few African states want to say, "Hey, we're going about to stop the slave trade," and our neighbors
no, that's not. No, that ain't no. Hold on. Answer my goddamn question. What do you think is going to happen?
We're not going to war.
Why not?
Because war is off the table with African neighbors. That's one thing.
How do you know? How you know? War is never off the table.
At this point,
war is never off the table. This is going on right now on the continent. It's never off the table.
In some places, yeah, but not all the continent is war.
I didn't say that but it's never any place in Africa. War is never off the table.
It's never. No, it's never.
So in other words, if you start an enclave, you got 300,000 or 400,000 people, and you do something they don't like, war is not off the table. They will actually do it by force.
So at what point would let's say we're down in the land by Tanzania and Kenya. What would Tanzania or Kenya go to war with us for?
Okay, Rwanda had killed 1 million people. What did they do that for?
That was an internal tribal beef, and that's
Well,
where the close knit.
so
Why we don't?
no. Basically, where are you? And where are you? You're internal, are you not? And you are
If
a tribe. You made your own tribe. Have you not?
we've already been made a tribe
No,
here.
no. Inside there.
If you drop me right in the middle of anywhere else, I'm gonna
Inside
be.
there. Dude, stay with me for a second. Stop going all over the place. Stop flopping all over the meat pie, all right? Inside there. You
You are
become a
another tribe.
tribe. You're another tribe, right? If tribes do what? They have conflict. And when they can't settle it diplomatically, what happens?
Unfortunately, at times, yes, they do go to war.
So basically that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that.
And you have if you have autonomy, you run that. All countries run that risk.
So you're saying with a large amount of African Americans, 100,000, 200,000 in Ghana, a tribal war couldn't happen there?
What I'm saying is, if you have autonomy,
it could happen anywhere.
If you have autonomy,
it
you're
can
more
happen regardless, and it could.
If you have autonomy, it's more likely to happen.
It could happen regardless. It happened in Liberia, and they didn't have autonomy.
It's more likely to happen if you have autonomy.
It's more likely to happen if you let the tribalism.
No,
hold on, let me finish that statement. If you let the tribalism get out of control, the reason that incident happened in Liberia is because there was a high society and a low society based on lineage, and that can't happen anywhere we go. That's how you avoid tribalism.
How do you stop it from happening?
You give everybody a path. If you get good grades, you're going to college on the nation. Not just a few Americo-Liberians, everybody.
Then you're not autonomous. Are you actually integrated into what? The society.
That was that. So I'm not opposed to integrating, but that's the problem. It could happen.
So in other words, basically, the premise of actually what you're doing and what you're proposing is bullshit.
Negotiating for autonomy.
Negotiating for autonomy. Yeah,
don't do it at all.
You shouldn't do it at all, in my opinion.
No. And I respectfully, BJS, I gotta disagree with you.
Well, then you have to take what comes with it. How do you get it?
You negotiate for it. You at least try to.
Well, you can
try to. You don't just say no. I'm gonna take whatever I can get. You at least try to. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But you don't just say, "Hey, we can't do it. We got to."
They're trying. The model of the AU is trying to get away from that shit. Why would they?
And you know what? Just to make my position completely clear, if we don't get autonomy, okay, then good. Because the end goal for us and all Pan Africans is one Africa that stretches into the Caribbean and even into Black America as much as it can be. Because we ain't really Americans, and this ain't really our nation.
Jeez.
So are you for one Africa?
In other words, how long is that going to take?
Might not be in my lifetime.
It won't be in your lifetime, but how long do you think it's going to take?
Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. You know what? It might take a world war where they drop a chemical.
Why would it? No, it's just a matter of progression. How long do you think it will take? You don't need a world war.
You know, it would be quicker because that's the only reason people are going to. Black people might get their heads out of their asses. Hopefully, it doesn't. Hopefully, we can work together.
Okay.
And even if it was one Africa, there would still be local elections. They would be
how much Africa? If there's a world war, how much Africa will be left for you to go to?
That's why we need to get on the ground. We don't got time to be messing around with a little bit of retirees here and there.
All right, young buck, you need to go back and do some homework, man. because the stuff that you're talking about is not well thought out. It's not well thought out at all.
As far as
you have no soup to nuts. You have no plan. I gave you a very viable working plan.
Okay.
Viable that you do today.
And I didn't say it was unstable, but
it actually work, and they will actually accept.
And then let me say this, BGS. I don't got time to be waiting for some retirees to go there and make a mission.
Okay. What
is that going to take?
No. It take 5 years. What plan do you have?
Well, seeing as the AU just offered some land up to us.
When?
In that article that I just dropped in the chat.
No. So in other words, have they carved out the land and say this is yours?
according to that article,
No,
the AU ambassador just said they dropped 147 square acres. I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. For the diaspora.
For the diaspora. So that's the proposal. Have they signed it?
It's apparently from this article. It's paired to end by 2020's groundbreaking. So it's going to take some time. But what I'm telling you is.
So how long is it going to take?
I don't know. 5, 10.
10. 10. How? That's the low ball, right?
It was just throwing up in 5. Cities have been built in 5 years.
And I said 5. I said 5 that you do right now.
So you have an enclave, and you're talking to the Ghanaian government about a bunch of retirees coming there.
Yeah.
And they've agreed to this?
They need money.
That's what they told you.
So in other words, the AU has promised you land. What have the countries that's going to host you at? What have they said?
Well,
what have they said?
According to the ambassador, Dr.
Read it. Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it. The whole article.
Zambia and Zimbabwe.
No. Read the whole article. Go ahead, read it out loud.
I'm not reading this whole article.
No, yeah, go ahead. No. You've been running your mouth for like an hour. Read it. Read it out loud.
Have they offered us land?
No, read it out loud.
Okay, hold on. The project targets Africans in the diaspora who want to help build the continent to level they want it to be. Ambassador, I can't say her name, Qual, said earlier this year, when they talk about good Africa or returning home, many people say, well, Africa is not what I'm used to. And to that, I always tell them, then build the home you want to. She said at lunch at the African Diaspora Global Bank, we don't even realize we are on autopilot waiting for the white man to build the civilization for us. So we are taking our destiny into our own hands and creating something built for and by the people of the African diaspora, she added. The African Union said it will first sensitize the diaspora before forming an investment board from all regions of Africa headquartered in Washington, D.C. to manage the fund and decide on the value of shares of the conversion factors. The establishment of the investment board should lead to the opening up of African diaspora savings and investment accounts for the 4 banks. We will also encourage African diaspora to open individual accounts with a minimum deposit of US $10 a month, while the board will decide on the transition to a credit union. We are looking at raising at least $2 billion in the next 2 years, with the first groundbreaking set for the end year of 2020. We are going to build the Africa that we want, so the diasporans who say I cannot go home because home is not what I am used to will make it the way they want, she added. Now, you don't think we should look into that? You think we should try?
In other words, where's the groundbreaking at?
Brother, it's
where? It didn't say where.
Victoria Falls. Not only that.
Okay.
And I'm not even saying going with this. Because they've offered different places.
Okay, Negro, you know how I get down with doing research, right?
Did you read that damn article?
I don't have to right now. No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Keep it. Did you know about it?
Did you read?
Know about it?
Did you?
You didn't know, did you?
What did they promise you? Okay, I didn't hear it.
Did you zone out there for a minute?
No. What did they promise you?
Land for the diaspora.
Where?
Victoria Falls, between Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Between Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm. So what's the problem with that?
To offer land. Have they broke ground yet?
I believe it's 2020. They'll be breaking ground.
They'll be breaking ground. So they haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
So it's not there yet.
So we're in the initial stages.
And so it's not there yet. No, they haven't broke ground. It's not even in the initial stages. They haven't broke ground yet.
Brother, what's with the negativity? I offered you another plan, and you're just throwing it off the table because it wasn't your plan.
No, I'm not saying my plan. No, in other words, you're acting like it's already.
It doesn't mean that it's a bad idea.
You didn't come up with it either, and there's nothing solid.
No, and you know what else? Neither did the BAIO come up with this land. We've been looking for another land for a long, long time. You would agree.
They have pledged land. Where's the land at? Show me on a map.
Type in Victoria Falls and hit enter. Africa.
Victoria Falls. You know how big Victoria Falls is?
Mm-hmm.
In Zimbabwe? That's under this in the middle of conflict
Is it?
from a from a
Zimbabwe
from
is.
from a coup that just happened like
And
6 months ago.
you know what? Yeah, Zimbabwe is going on, but you know what? I'm seeing some changes. I'm seeing South Africa pledge money,
All
Botswana.
right,
You
all
know what?
right,
Hey,
all
hold on,
right,
hold on,
all
hold
all
on,
right, all
hold
right,
on,
all
hold
right,
on.
all
Now
right, all right,
you
all
said
right, all
that.
right,
Let me
all right,
add
all
to it.
right, all right, all right. Let's look at Victoria Falls, Wakanda Village.
You going or you still there?
I'm still here.
All right. So adding on to that, you said they was in a conflict. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So that might not be it, but it's something to look at. Now, Botswana also offered them $600 million. Could it be a problem? Yeah. But I'm saying it's on the table. It's something to look at. It's something to negotiate. Just trying to hope and just
you,
trying to
you
hope
you
for
ain't been at this long, have you?
trying to get some
You ain't been
retirees to
you
come and
you
cut a
you ain't
calf
you
early.
ain't
They ain't
you ain't
doing
been
it.
at this long, man. You have to see what they do, not what they say.
And that could be true. That could be
I
true.
know so because we've because our group has tried that before. You have to go by what they. You have right of abode, man. You know how hard is it to get right of abode in Ghana? It's been on the books for like 15 years. How hard that is? How many lawyers you have to pay? How many hands you have to grease just to get it?
And as to that, I mean, the economy
And
in
and
Ghana.
and,
Hold on,
and
hold
that's
on.
and that's on the books.
Is it worth it for trying that
I'm
hard to
not saying no,
immigrate to
no, no. I
Ghana?
said no. Hold on. Wait, hold on. That's on the books, not something that's in the article. That's on the books. You have to go by what they do and not what they say. What they do and not what they say.
And that could be factored in as well. But as far as immigrating somewhere in Africa, trying the hard route to just immigrate into somewhere,
Mm.
Ghana ain't really the best place, is it? To build a
It's
business?
yeah, the safest place. Actually, it is the safest place.
More than Addis Ababa,
Yeah,
more than more than
yeah,
more than Botswana, more than
yeah. Oh,
Gaborone.
oh yeah, yeah. Safest place.
I'm,
Safest
I'm
place.
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna
Safest place on the whole entire continent. That's how come you have more African Americans actually living there and retired there. Is because it is the safest place on the continent.
we might argue that.
Bar none. Bar none.
Okay,
Trust and believe. That's how come they go there. Trust
so
and
you
believe.
retirees want
Trust. That's what the one number one reason for actually going to Ghana for retirees is what? Security, safety. It's the most peaceful country on the whole entire continent.
what
That's why
about
they
the
go
best
there.
place? What about the best place to start a business?
Best place to start a business in East Africa, probably. Uh,
Is Ghana even in the top 10?
well, yeah, they're in the top 10. But I'm
Nah,
saying
nah, they're not even in the top 10.
they are in the top 10. Because of the money, the East African corridor is probably the best place. Probably Tanzania,
Mm,
Ethiopia is kind of iffy, but Kenya is probably the best place to start a business right now.
you may not have looked at Addis Ababa in a while because it's
Addis Ababa, the best place to start. The infrastructure for starting a business, any business, is better in Kenya, and Kenya has been rapidly over the last because of Chinese money over the last 10 years. Actually blowing past everybody.
yeah. As far no, you know what?
South Africa is probably second.
Yeah,
Nigeria is
and
probably
I
third.
looked at Kenya, and I've looked at Kenya to take that deeper to show what I'm looking at. For IT, Kenya probably is one of the best places for
Farming,
IT.
farming,
Mm, give,
farming, infrastructure. They're actually rapidly building their infrastructure,
so
engineering, all that kind of
Ghana's
stuff.
not even. So if you're talking about immigration into Africa, Ghana's not even the best place to go.
I said for retired you said the safest place. That's probably
I said the best place to start a business.
the
That's
best.
what I said.
Safety. Well, safety is probably one of the things. As far as it still is probably top. But as far as infrastructure, that kind of stuff, um, Ghana used to be 10 years ago. But since the Chinese moved their money to East Africa is the place. That's where the money's going. Ghana had their shot. Ghana was actually ahead of everybody up until
And I'm not trying.
2011.
I'm not trying to diss Ghana, but until they get their infrastructure and them mining companies under control, It's not going to do it
Ghana was ahead of
until they
every
get that. If
ten,
until they get
ten,
that
ten,
gold out of the ground,
ten,
that's
ten,
not going to
10
happen.
years ago. Ghana was ahead of everybody.
They were. They were. I mean, they
But
was.
the money has moved elsewhere. That's
Yeah.
why.
If they look, and that's where infrastructure comes in.
How do you,
It's not a.
infrastructure is not an easy thing.
No,
Infrastructure
I'm not. I'm
takes
not.
time, and infrastructure takes a lot of heavy lifting, and one group cannot do it. Okay,
Never said it was just going to be.
it takes. The only reason the Chinese can do it because they have 1 billion people in a big ass nation state.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that. Okay, if we had the United States behind us, we could do it.
All right. So let me ask you this
You
real quick
cannot
question.
do it individually.
Let me ask you this question. Black America on our own, all of us together, could we run and even build our own nation?
You could.
Okay, so we don't need the United States or anybody else for anything. We know we could do it.
You could, but you need a landmass, right?
And there you go. Now that's what we need to
Who,
negotiate for.
who's you, all right, dude. I'm done. I'm done. You're
I'm
not
just.
listening. You're not listening.
You said who, and I
No,
said
no.
they're off in some places.
In other words, who's going to allow 40 million people to move
Hey,
into
40 million. You know that. You know damn well 40
how
million people
many?
ain't
How
coming.
many? Give me a number.
We'd be
Give me,
lucky to get
give
2
me,
million,
give,
if that.
give me a number.
We'd be lucky to get 2
Give
million.
me 2 million. Who's going to allow it?
Could we negotiate that?
Who's going to allow it?
Could we negotiate that?
No, you can't. Who's going to allow it?
How do you know? How do you know they can't?
Who's going to allow it? You can't negotiate that. That's security. Nobody's going to want that.
So what's the point of this land offered by the AU to the diaspora?
And for you to come live and become part of the community.
And if that's what it is, what's the problem with that? If they're giving straight,
I didn't say there was a problem with it.
Okay.
But that's not what you're talking about, is it?
Okay. And I didn't.
Is it?
I didn't say it was off the table, but I said I'm
no. Is
ask.
it? I'm not.
I said I'm gonna ask.
Why do you guys play stupid, man? What did you just say?
BG.
What did you just say? Why are we playing? Why you guys walk around in these word games?
Let's make it simple. So this land comes out. Should we negotiate or put something on the table, request some form of autonomy?
No. In my opinion, no.
No. So we should have no say in the government whatsoever.
If you're a citizen, you have a say, but you don't have autonomy. So
you can go there. And that's not off the table. That's not off the table. But just integrating into a society without initial dual citizenship.
If you're a businessman, if you've ever been in Africa and done business, right? If you're a businessman, you have say in the government. They'll give you say.
Mm-hmm. That's another right.
There's plenty of people that have done that have say in the government. My partner, when he went there, they were actually wanting to build enclaves for Black people right now in Kenya. There are places where you can actually build enclaves right now without all this. You can do that. They don't mind that. They got land for you to build. Come build it. If you got the money, you have the techniques, come build. You have the people that actually come there. You can do that now.
Okay. If you have money, you can go anywhere in the world. We know that. You can become a citizen anywhere in the world.
No, not without being a citizen.
But are you?
My partner, he was just talking about that 4 years ago. He actually sitting with one of their government officials, and they were actually working out basically villages for how they build communities for African Americans. They're actually sitting down doing that.
Are they planning on doing citizenship?
You don't need citizenship.
But then how am I going to have a say in the government? Because everybody ain't a millionaire.
So in other words, when they actually land, did they offer citizenship with it?
And this right here
in that article, because I didn't see it.
The AU?
Yeah, did they offer you citizenship?
Now that's the question.
Well, because you're acting like they offered it.
They offering the land, so that's the next question.
That's not they're offering. You can get land now.
Here's
land now.
All of us, or a portion of us, 50,000 people.
You get 50,000 people get land now.
You can't just jump in there.
Yes, you can.
That right only in Ghana with that right abode. And that's right there.
No. You can get you're not gonna get citizenship, but you get land now.
That you'll be on a visa. On a
Even
visa.
you can get land now.
On a visa.
Yeah, I don't need land. I don't need to have a visa to buy land in Ghana. I can do it now.
Bro, you can't just roll up to Botswana tomorrow and go buy a house.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
have a visa
No, you
first.
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
So you can get off the plane and just walk in and say, "Give me that house right there," and I'm staying for the rest of my life.
You can we can. Your body might not can say, but a house can.
All right, that's the plan.
In other words, you asked me. You asked me, can you buy a house? Right? Was that the question? No. Was that the question? Was that the question? No. What did you say out of your mouth? Can you buy a house? Right?
Yeah.
Can you buy land? Right?
Some places,
No.
Some places you can. Some places
No. Can you buy land without citizenship? Can you buy it?
Some places, yeah. Some places, no.
You can buy it now, right? On the continent, right?
Not everywhere sells you the land.
No. Well, lease, even there, whether you're citizen or not, lease.
You can lease. You can lease land anywhere on the planet.
You can buy a house, right?
Lease.
Or you can buy a house, right?
Lease.
You can buy a house, right? 99-year lease, right?
And then what about your great grandkids? Are they gonna get that crib?
If they're alive, yeah. We negotiate the lease.
Hopefully. What they say and what they do is two completely different things. So hopefully,
even if you bought it with your deed on it, right? It's basically who's in control of the country.
Not us.
They are, and they can push you off at any time, right?
Yes.
So basically, it's semantics, right? You asked me a question, I answered the question. Oh, but you can't be. Yes, I start adding all these things to it. All right. Stick to the question that you ask.
What is the question? What is the plan for Black America?
I just gave you my plan. You keep asking. I just gave it to you.
For some retirees to go to Ghana and smooth the path.
Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, you name a place.
Okay. So some retirees smooth there. Why don't we form an enclave of our Black business starters and look for startups in Africa?
What? Okay. What is
wrong? Would that not be strong? Because who would create more jobs?
Why? And you just said yourself that why that's not a good plan, right?
I said it's not a good plan to be dumped to try to integrate into another society. If we had to do it and they offer dual citizenship, I mean, hey, but it's not a good idea.
Okay. What is the alternative to integrating into another society? What do you have to do?
Well, could they cut us a piece of land? For
No. You're asking for something, right? What's your alternative if they won't do that? What's your alternative?
Second price is citizenship.
That's integrating.
It is, but that's not the first. That's not the first.
So in other words, I'm going to say because you want is to take it, right? How do you take it? Like
we're not taking anything.
Israel took it.
Not at first. Israel took more land.
Israel took it. Land. The state of Israel was born when they took it.
They negotiated a peace.
No, they didn't.
And they took it.
No, they didn't. Look at the history. No, look at the history. What was Israel called before it became Israel?
Palestine.
When did it become Israel?
When they took that shit over.
When they took it, right?
However, was that
ain't no however. They didn't negotiate it. They took it.
So they rolled up there. So many Jews hopped out on the Palestinians and just shot the place and took it over. That's exactly how it happened.
Basically, what happened was
they were back on their word.
By force, the British
went back on their word.
No, by force, the British did what? They had
cut the land.
It's called a British mandate by force, right?
Yes, and it was. Yes.
So they didn't just roll up and negotiate.
And
it was no negotiation in that, was it?
BGS, we're not looking for
that. Was it?
That's off the table.
Was it? Was it?
That's kind of called an offer you can't refuse with the British.
Was it? Answer my question. Was it?
Did the Palestinians let them in?
No, they didn't let them in. What did I just say?
How did they get there
The
at
British, it's
first?
called, the British put them there by force.
By force.
By force. After 1914,
Yeah.
after World War I, they actually enforced the British mandate because the British took over the country, that area
All
from
right.
Turkey, from Turkey.
So you're saying violence is the only way to acquire land?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Then we're
Autonomy.
on the same page.
Autonomy.
And even if, listen, even if it isn't autonomy,
All right.
that's
After
still
this,
okay as long as.
I'm gonna give you a closing thought. I'm gonna let you go, man, because it's going
All
nowhere.
right. All right. Let's go with this.
Go ahead.
You're very intelligent, man. I subscribe to you, but I just disagree with you.
Fine.
The plan of Black America. You just said you're gonna give me the last word, bro. Come
Okay.
on.
All right. Nigga, whose channel is this? I don't have to let you on. Where's your channel? Where's your channel? Where's your channel?
If you tell me you're gonna do something,
Where's your channel?
Are you gonna give me the last word?
Where's your channel?
Click my link.
No, where's your channel?
Click my link with my little
How
no
many subs
subscribers.
do you have?
2. There you go.
2. Thank you.
All right.
Whose channel are you on?
If you want to talk, go ahead and talk.
Whose channel are you on?
I'm sorry, sir. Tell me when you want me to talk.
No. I'm asking. I want you to talk. Answer my question. Whose channel are you on?
YouTube.
Whose channel are you on?
Own. Go ahead.
In other words, this is by invitation. You're taking up my time.
What you sent? You didn't have to do it.
No, which is my time.
But you
it's still my time. It's still my time. No, I didn't have to do it. Exactly.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is my time.
All right. Let me know when you want me to. Well, let me know when you want me to give my ending statement.
Now, give your ending statement. All right.
Okay. This is where I disagree with you on 2 points. What is the best plan for Black America? Stay in the course here in America, trying to assimilate into a culture that has never loved us. That rather than integrate after the 1965 civil rights movement, they brought a whole bunch of foreigners in here rather than integrate with their former slaves and had to admit that we're equal to them. They will never integrate with us because deep down they know on a lot of levels, even intelligence, what they don't want to admit, we're better than them. I don't care. I'm not worried about the mainstream American society bringing us into the table. Fuck the table. You can get your money here. A lot of us, I got to admit to it. I made a lot of mistakes in my youth, man. Selling drugs, doing dumb shit. I didn't have to do that. I went to college at a later state. I didn't have to do that. But it's a lot against young Black men here. And it feels like there's no hope. So what do? You go and you sell drugs. It's a lot against our young Black woman here. What are they doing? They're getting pregnant at 19, 20. And it's on our full, Black men. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to try to keep staying the course here in America. We're going to have our foot here in America. We're going to have our businesses here in America somewhat always. But as far as our loyalty to America, no, that's done with. America gets attacked tomorrow by whoever, and they asking young Black men to sign up and come to fight the war. You out of your damn mind. I'll go out there and stand on the corner on the soapbox and tell them, I'm not signing up for shit. And any of you niggas that do it, y'all out of y'all damn mind the way this place teaches us. They
have planes going to Africa every day.
Exactly.
How come you're not on? How come you're not on it?
Hold on, sir, because I'm working on my final master's degree.
They might not. In America, huh?
It's the best place in the world to get educated.
In other words, young nigga, I've been a young nigga. I've been there. Okay, I've been where you are. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know.
So,
have you been? You ain't been to the continent I have. You ain't talked to these people I have.
All right.
Tell me something I don't know.
How many nations have you been to?
I've been at least 2 on the continent.
Where have you been in South Africa as well as?
I didn't go to South Africa.
Not South Africa, but in the southern region of Africa.
I ain't been in the southern region.
Have you been on the eastern region of Africa?
No.
So that you would agree.
Have you been to one?
No.
Shut the fuck up then.
But then you should know it's
have you been to one?
Different.
Have you been to one?
Is it different?
Have you been to one?
No.
One. Well then shut up.
Okay. So, to my first point, your loyalty to America, y'all got to kill that shit.
Why?
Because they don't give a damn about you. You haven't
So what?
realized that yet?
So
What do you
what?
mean? So wait, if you if you
Like
if you had
like
a woman and she was
how,
cheating
how,
on you, you still be loyal
how
to
do you
her?
know they give a damn about you where you're going?
I,
How do you know?
you need to try.
Well you need to try.
Because you know damn well
No,
you
no.
need to get up out.
How do you know?
Well, can we negotiate?
No, no.
Or
How
they
do you
offer?
know? No, I asked you a question. How do you know?
Well, are they going to give us citizenship
How do
somewhere?
you know? That's not the question I asked you. How do you know?
Did they give a fuck about us
Uh,
somewhere else?
how do you know?
Did they give a damn about us
No, no.
somewhere else?
Yes. How do you know?
Well, you don't know.
Thank you.
So let me ask this question. You've been to
No, no, no,
Africa.
no. Ain't no question. Ain't no asking no
So
questions.
you're telling me Africans don't give a damn about us neither?
I didn't
That's what you're
say
telling
that.
me.
I asked you. How do you know?
Because I'm going to go on the platform
But
that
well,
we
you
are
go.
brothers with
Oh,
Africans.
you go on the platform. All right, bro. I'll talk to you later.
You want to hear my second and last point?
I thought.
That
Oh,
was
you
my
didn't do.
first one.
Oh, you. Oh, basically, it took 5 minutes to get the first point. Go ahead.
I'm just
Give me your
trying to get
second
it out.
point. Go get second point.
Okay. So, and then on my first point, kill your loyalty to America. I'm not with all this fighting for
All right.
America.
No, no. The
I'm not
second
an
point.
American.
Second point.
Second
Second
point,
point.
we need to try to get into Africa,
Okay.
not just immigrate, but look for citizenship, which on some level is immigration. But can we negotiate that? We have strong points on the table. We have one of the most educated workforces around. It doesn't seem like it from the shit you see on the street, but we got a large educated workforce. We could bring a country up. So we're offering a lot.
Like what?
So it's skills in IT,
The,
skills in construction, teaching. There's Black Americans that go all over the world and teach.
the Chinese are already doing it, and they're doing it today.
They're teaching in Africa.
Yes, today.
We could do it too
Well, you're not.
if we
Where are
tried.
you? Where are well? Nah, you ain't trying because you're not there.
All right. So going on your rebuttal, since you
No,
want to be
ain't no
loyal to
rebuttal. No, no. I'm
America,
asking you a question. You're not there. Where are you?
where you at?
Hmm.
You retired. Where you at? You still working?
No, I'm not still working.
Then why ain't you in Africa?
No, no. I'm
Paving,
asking you.
why ain't you in
No.
Africa paving the way for me
I'm
then?
asking you.
Since you want to get
I'm asking
disrespectful
you.
again,
I'm
why
asking
am I
you.
here?
I'm asking you.
Because I'm in college here.
Oh, wait, how about the rest of you?
I can only account for myself.
No, 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 no. How about the rest of you?
The rest of who? The rest of the young whippersnappers?
No, yeah.
Can't say what they're doing. They
Well, then,
probably don't even.
well,
They
fine.
probably don't even think about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'm gonna bid you a good day. I'm gonna get somebody else on.
Hey, come pave the way for me and stop staying here.
No, 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 no. Nah, because you don't want old niggas to pave the way for you. Go do it yourself.
Hey, BJ, you
No,
my
no, no,
nigga
no,
though,
no,
man.
no, no,
Look,
no,
me, I
no,
don't want
no,
to
no,
live a
no.
bad night with
Oh,
you, bro.
basically, you want old niggas to pave the way for
Come
you.
on,
You
bro.
already tossed that out.
Come on, man.
Go do it yourself. Go
Hey,
do it
man, the
yourself.
fat. Hey, BJ,
Go do it yourself. No,
BGS, the
no,
Fat
no,
Boys was
no,
my
no,
shit,
no, no,
nigga.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
Go do it.
BGS
Go
Curtis
do it.
Blow was my nigga, dog.
Go do it yourself.
BGS Run
You already
DMC was my niggas, man. Come on, I'm not trying to disrespect you,
shitted
bro.
on us. Go do it yourself.
Oh,
All right, bro. I'll see you later.
much love, bro.
All right, peace.
One.
Victor Dixon, get your ass in here. Jim, bye, Jim. Bye. Hang up. No, hang up. Off the call.
Hey, MC Hammer was my nigga too. Last thought. Just let you know.
And well, yeah, he's an Oakland guy. I liked the MC Hammer before he went broke. Go ahead. He's an Oakland dude. He went broke. Anyway. BAIO. There's the link. Come on in. Victor Dixon, get your black ass in here. What y'all know nothing asses. The link's in the chat. Yeah, you guys want to sell wolf tickets? Bring your ass in here. Next victim. Gab, I run two hangouts. I have an email. If they want to find me, they can find me. If they want to find me, they can find me. Why? I didn't want to. I didn't have no beef with the BAO in the first place. I have groups of people that actually Pan African actually checked every um, proposal from one end to the other before the AU became a thing. Okay, AU is still really not a thing. If everything that you're asking for, we have asked the AU for the last 15 years, actually more than that, the last 20 years. AU really doesn't have a whole lot of power. All right, they're getting it, but they still don't have a whole lot of power. So you're going by what an AU president says, and they don't have anything. When when you send money, you try projects, you can't even trust it until the shovel's go in the ground until it's completed. Okay, that's the way Africa works. It ain't Africa does not work like the West. Even the West doesn't work like that. Oh, let me post the article for you guys, so you guys that I can at least do that. That's fair. Where's the other one? Um, that would be nice, and that would be nice. That would be the best way to do it. But the thing is, the AU's best chance was with Gaddafi before he died. Linnell, you can jump on. The link's there. Harry M said, I've been to Africa 3 times. I am 57 years old. I love my America. Africa is a very different world. Yes, it is. And most people don't realize that till they go there. I didn't realize it till I went there. There's things to love, but there's challenges. How do you talk people into actually going there? And people think just because you promise it and sell it doesn't mean anything. You have to get people used to going there. Brother Bumani does a good job by actually introducing people, but it's only a few hundred people at a time, and people need to stay longer than 3 weeks. Richard Dix, get your motherfucking ass on here. There's the link. If you talking shit, you're gonna get bounced. I should bounce your ass anyway. The link is in the chat. The link's in the chat. Everything that you try to say, send the link to who? Links in the chat. Hit the link. Hey, Kendra. Where are you, BAIO folks? They're cussing me out. Hit the goddamn link. Get in. Oh, BGS stupid ass. Oh, well, good. Go ahead and boot him, Neon Eyes. Just boot his ass. The link's in the chat. I'm here talking to myself. Links in the chat. Black African Infrastructure Organization, I do believe. All right.
Yeah, this is the issue I'm having.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even on Africa. That ain't even the point no more.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is etiquette right now.
What do you mean etiquette?
This really didn't even have to get this goofy. Like, I even look back at the stream just to make sure whatever I say, I feel righteous in it.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time did I come wrong at anybody.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, condescending tones, saying little slick shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wait. No. Hey. Wait a minute. Look. Listen. How long you been following me?
I've been following you and supporting you a long time. Even put money in your chat before.
I know.
That's why I hate this. Is even getting this ugly.
What did I ask you when you actually came? I said, this is the Coliseum, right? Right?
Yeah.
What happens in the Coliseum?
Yeah, but that should be for people that deserve it.
No.
Not when I'm a supporter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. What happens in the Coliseum?
Yeah, I know shit like that go down. Yeah.
It goes down. And you're not the first, are you? Now it's etiquette. And when you come in the Coliseum and you come in with a perspective,
I can see though if I came with the shit.
No, we're saying we kept asking.
Usually y'all get like that with people if they come in on some real other shit.
Well,
if they being extra, then yeah.
Well, you were being extra.
No, you
were getting.
I ain't say nothing disrespectful to nobody.
You were getting frustrated and you started yelling. You was getting extra. Yes, you were.
Yeah, I wasn't being disrespectful.
You were getting extra.
Yeah, I had no tone with anybody.
Yes, you did.
Man, come on.
You did. You came in. You came with me extra.
I came at you extra.
Yeah, you're getting frustrated.
Frustrated and really going at somebody. Two different things.
What you do? Moving furniture?
Oh yeah, my bad. I was just moving a table.
Mute yourself then.
Yeah, no problem.
Being frustrated and really coming at somebody is two different things, BJs.
Mm-hmm. And it happens because it's the Coliseum, especially.
And what I said, what I said, I stand by with everything I said.
And basically everything that you said that I told you about autonomy and what you were talking about was actually confirmed by 2 BAIO per people. Okay, confirmed. Okay, confirmed. Exactly what I said was confirmed. So nothing that you said that you proposed was anything different than what I said in the first place.
No, I ain't even talking about all that. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. What I do to somebody.
Well, no, what we talk about, we're not talking about etiquette. In other words, what we're talking about is plans, and basically, regardless of what happened, right? When you come into the Coliseum, you're gonna get challenged, and sometimes it gets ugly. That's why I asked you, were you okay with it? Because that's why they call it the Coliseum. Everybody thinks we're picking on you, and basically, we didn't say, Victor, okay, you're from BAIO, come in here. You said you wanted to come in. We gave you a link. we're actually for a lot of times we're actually asking you things. For the most part, the vast majority of it wasn't ugly. The vast majority of it was. We're asking you questions.
Yeah, it was. It
The
just got
vast,
look. It got goofy toward the end though.
it got goofy toward the end. But for how long are you on? Almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How many people on a hangout, open hangout, give people 2 hours to air whatever it is that they want to air? How many?
Nah, you one of the few. That's why I always praise your channel.
Even if I disagree with you, with the dude that you just had on, how long did I give him?
Yeah, about 2 hours too.
About 2 hours. And most of what he said didn't make freaking sense. But I gave him 2 hours, did I not? And I asked him questions that he mostly couldn't answer, right? You know, thing is, for the most part, most people doing this do not even understand what the hell they're talking about. Most people, dude, we beat our heads on this stuff for 15 fucking years, still beating our heads up on this stuff. Still beating our head up on this stuff. We're talking about people that actually own businesses. One guy I know, he owns a power company in Nigeria. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's issues. There's a time that we were asked, could we help the Gambia get a rice factory to actually clean the rice that they grow, so they wouldn't have to buy it from someplace else. That was about 5 years ago.
Well, Charles talking shit still. Fuck my feelings, huh?
Basically.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
That's cool. You know, that's cool. I know how to handle niggas like that.
No.
This ain't this. This is me. You know, listen,
dude. You're not gonna do that today.
I didn't want to at all. That's not even why I got on the panel on Saturday. I didn't get on there to do all that.
I know what I'm saying is what you got on the panel.
My thing is, dudes be doing all that and don't even know who they talking to.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody ain't gonna take you talking like that.
Well, then you don't get on. You don't get in the Coliseum because you know how it go. You don't. If you can't take it, don't get in it. I don't invite anybody in on Saturday. You invite yourself.
How's that emotional? Y'all niggas a trip, man. Nigga really do one of y'all. I'm talking about a nigga getting emotional.
You know what Charles did before he became a cop? You know what he did before?
That's everybody afraid.
No. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know what he did? No. Dude, do you know what he did? Do you know what he did before?
If you size me up, I'm gonna size you back.
Richard,
you gonna get what I'm gonna give to you.
Do you know what he did before he became a cop in Afghanistan? In Iraq, I should say, in Iraq.
Yeah, you damn right. This a man. Yeah, this man shit. Basically, so when somebody says something and something happen, it's a consequence for that. Whatever happened to you,
listen to me.
You say you take it like a man.
Are you okay? I'm gonna mute you because you're not listening to me. I'm talking to you. If you want to go back in the chat, go back in the chat. But you're not gonna come on. You're not gonna come on the hangout and start talking in the chat. You want to go in the chat? Go in the chat. Now you're gonna mute yourself and talk to me. Otherwise, you can go back in the chat. What you want to do? Unmute yourself.
I'm gonna stop looking at the chat. I know they talking crazy now.
Now, do you know what?
I know this people ain't even
Richard,
ain't even really living like that.
Richard, listen to me. Do you know what he did before he became a cop?
Oh, I know Charles certain serious. I wouldn't even handle him like I know he's certain serious.
So in other words, if he's in Baltimore, he's a cop. Go look him up.
And that's what's even tripping me out about him.
If you want to go
talking all this shit and knowing nobody really can't do that to him.
Well, then
that's what tripped me out about him.
Well, then go. If you about that life, go do it. You about that life? Give him. He has money for a plane ticket. Do you want to set that up? Go set it up. If that's what you want to go do. Talking about he ain't about that life. What did he do before he became a cop? He kicked in motherfucking doors in Iraq with a .50 caliber. Do you really want to go up against a dude like that?
I know he's saying
The,
serious,
the
but
bench,
it's intricacies even with that though.
the bench press is 400 pounds.
Yeah, but he doing all that within the. Man, I ain't gonna even see. I don't even want to talk. This wasn't even meant for this.
Well, then shut up and stop talking about it.
No, they shouldn't even came. Like you know
No,
what?
no.
I'm just leave this alone. I'm just leave this
All right,
alone.
leave it
Man.
alone.
I'm
Now,
leaving
this is
alone,
about the
man.
BAIO and how you were unprepared. And then you got me into something yesterday when you shouldn't have because you were in your feelings. Right? Right? Right?
Yeah, this discussion
No.
need to be happening, and it actually needs to keep going. Actually,
No, it doesn't.
because I
No, it
actually
does.
want
No,
to.
it
I want. I
doesn't.
want to get to what
No,
actually needs to be done.
you don't have a counterpoint. There's no counterpoint. Where's the counterpoint? Keep asking for the counterpoint. You give me dreams. Give me a counterpoint. Because I don't talk dreams. When I get the retirement plan, that can work because it's based on something. Why? Because they need an infusion of money without borrowing. Easiest way to get it is get retirees in.
I'd rather you talk to hold up in collar though.
What if,
And that's even what I said even on the street.
I
just
have
got on there. I was
what is my goddamn email? I have an email. I have a Twitter. I have a channel with comment section. Can you found me? How come they can't? I don't need to talk to them. I got people that are already doing this shit. I don't need to talk to them. Just like they know Bomani, I know Bomani. I've been knowing Bomani for like 12 years. I can call Bomani and his wife if I want to. His ex-wife, I should say. If I really want to get in contact with Bomani. I've been talking to Bomani on and off for like 12 years. I know these people. I didn't just show up yesterday, man.
I know you did, man. I ain't never even sized you up on something like that. I wouldn't never even said what Brother Logo said. I ain't gonna come at you on no. We don't need to know niggas. My thing is the same respect I give to somebody. I want the same respect in return. I don't mind you correcting.
I gave you the respect.
I'm not a silly nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell the street.
We asked you questions. We gave you plans. We actually chopped it up with you for the most part. Did we not? We talked policy. Did we not?
But it was mixed in with a lot of stupid shit.
Even if it was mixed in with a lot of stupid shit. We asked you questions that you couldn't answer. We kept asking you that over and over again, just like I asked Logos. It's called being practical.
Well, I wanted to say this, me and you all right, BJs, but the rest of them niggas I ain't fucking with.
All right,
that's straight up. Though.
All right, now are we straight? Because from what
me and you straight. From what I respect how you.
From what I got from Collar, we wasn't straight. That's what I got from him. We wasn't straight. And if you wanted a one-on-one, you could have had a one-on-one, just like Logos did. But when you come into the Coliseum, now I'm sure if I waded into the BAIO, I'd get the same treatment. Just like I got from Collar. Collar gave me the same treatment that you got. We were one-on-one. The only reason he didn't get it is because I respect Dynas and his platform. It's the only reason. Otherwise, he'd have got to work.
Yeah, I ain't got no beef with you, bro.
All right.
The rest of them, yeah, fuck them. Fuck Charles, Anger Man.
Well, hey, we know.
Yeah, fuck all them.
If you you know what, if you want to do that and you want to tell them face to face, I'll arrange a meeting. But I don't think you want
nobody arrange nothing.
Oh, all right, then fine.
Have I do something?
Well, what it is, okay. Logos asked me to come on. I dropped the email for him because I didn't. Most people don't want me to do this anymore. because I used to do this before. Y- What's wrong with your mic, man? I'm getting feedback. You on speakerphone or something?
No, that ain't me.
I know. The name is Negro. Speak up, man. Or whatever it is. Speak up, man. Today's the day. Speak up. You got the Sankofa bird. Speak up, man. I've been doing this shit too long, man. I actually stopped doing this shit because I had done it for like 13, 14 years. I got tired of doing it. I've been following China since 94. We saw the rise of what you see Africa now. We've been looking at this, man, from basically day one. We looked at this shit inside and out, talking to people on the continent. And some high level people, some people that are influential, some people that write magazines and newspapers like New Africa. Man, we talked to them. We're in Ghana like it was like 10, 11 years ago. Man, we talked to them for like 4 hours, going back and forth. And we've been doing it, man. So it's not like something that we're not connected to. We've been connected to this shit, man, since 2003. Back and forth. People that have come to us that had actually were like in the Congo, man. They were actually children of officials in the Congo. They actually had to flee because of the violence, man. We're talking to them back in 2003, 2004. So we've been talking to these people for a very, very long time. So I'm not new to this game, and I know things that will probably will work, and I know separate that from bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I say you're the likelihood of you getting your own autonomous nation on the continent, even if you got it, would be problematic. Even if you got it, would be problematic. Even if a city state, it would be problematic. You can do it, but at what cost? If you got it, if somebody would allow it, which I highly doubt, because um, one thing about African nations, African leaders, they're very, very nervous about security. They don't. It's not like the United States, where they have very, very secure borders and a big ass military to back it up. In Africa, they don't have that, and people can come right across the border and attack, or right across the border and put themselves in position. And especially if you're talking about an autonomous region with weapons, that makes them very, 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 very nervous. That's people that are already there. From a foreign people come from outside the continent that haven't been there, are not part of the culture, and like it or not, we're not part of the culture. For them to allow it, if I were them, I would tell them that would be madness. You're asking for problems, and I know how nervous they're too nervous to give you free fucking residency. For the most part, very hard to get residency in an African country, much less autonomy. Let's work on residency first, then citizenship. Then, if the gods grace you by stroke of luck, then get autonomy. If that's the case. But you got 40 million African Americans. They're not going to allow a whole country has to come in and set up shop. In my opinion, there's one way. There's only one way they actually thought of that they might actually go for, but it's actually a big one. It's going to take trillions of dollars. Basically, it's take a part of the Sahara and terraform it, because it's nothing but desert. Terraform it, make it green again, and say, if we make this shit green, turn it into viable land, can we have an autonomous region? They may go for that because it would take trillions of dollars to actually do that. And actually, the whole continent would actually benefit from it. And there's a way to do it, but the thing is, like, it would take a whole lot of money, a whole lot of effort, and this is like blue sky. That way, it's the only way I can see them actually granting you an autonomous region on the continent. Because anytime you have any kind of autonomy in Africa, it's going to be an issue. This group issue is a very, very difficult thing to actually negotiate on the continent, especially as it grows with more people going forward. The best thing to do is actually blend in. Negro, if you want to talk, speak up.
Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. What's up, folks? What's up to the fam? Hey, this is the first time I haven't really been on a chat or anything like that, so I just wanted to say what's up and check in and see what's going on.
All right.
I was listening a little bit earlier about this BIO business and stuff like that. It sounds like there's some kind of a clash there between the diaspora and going back to Africa, between Pan-Africanism and some of the people that may want to stay here. What do you think about the whole ADOS movement going on right now?
It's just it's the dormant civil rights movement.
Right.
Because civil rights is supposed to give us certain benefits and not privileges, but certain benefits and set asides and stuff like that. And basically, most of it went to white women, and the rest went to people, others. And depending on who you talk to, Dr. Anderson said we got less than 5% of it, of the pie, of the set asides and the benefits that's supposed to accrue to us. So the ADOS is basically the dormant side of that. In other words, Anderson been saying treat us as a special people, as a unique people. ADOS is just giving a name to that, because we don't want to use Negro anymore, which is actually the official term is Negro, but ADOS is something people will actually get behind. So that's all it is. It's nothing new. But the thing is, most people have forgotten their history. Because the reparations bill has been sitting there for what, 20 years, 30 years, dormant.
Mm-hmm.
So ADOS is just a resurgence of something that's been going on for the last 100 years.
Yeah, it's long overdue. That's long overdue.
Well, yeah. Well, it was never implemented. That's what come Anderson talks about benign neglect. They basically watered down the civil rights movement by feminism and feminism and immigrants coming in. Peoples of color actually watered it down. So all it is saying, forget all that, forget all the peoples of color, go back to what was promised. So we'll see where it goes. But at least we have it in the discussion. The politicians actually taking it seriously because they're actually talking about it. People are actually bringing it up. So that's a good thing.
Definitely a good thing.
Anybody else? RBR, you got 5 minutes, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the discussion. Yeah, I think I just can't see it how we could build an African civilization here in North America and then let white people kick us out or run us out or scare us off because an African American was the greatest president we ever had. I think we're not looking at white people today who are looking at the 8 years of Obama and looking at this racist, Marxist, alt-right Nazi nut who they thought.
Wait a minute. How you can be a racist, Marxist at the same time and Nazi at the same time?
Okay, well, let me put it this way.
Hitler hated the Marxists.
Yeah, I think that's a lie because Marx gave him the idea that the 1% should govern. That was a Marx.
No, that came.
Marxism is.
No, what do you call a king?
Well, see, a king, if you look at the actual literal king of England, how much power does he really have?
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about then, before they had modern states. How much power did he have?
I think that's disingenuous, and the reason I say that is because
why?
Kings,
So how did
we had kings in Africa, but they dictator. They weren't Marxist dictators. That Marxism and the Darwinism, that came from white people. That came straight out of Germany.
Basically,
That's where it comes from.
the king
Marx was a German. Hitler was German. It came out of Germany. It didn't come out of Africa.
Have you ever seen the way that the Egyptian society was laid out? Who ruled?
The blacks, the black Egyptians that were there
The
white Egyptians came up.
1% ruled. But go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have your 5 minutes. Go ahead, man.
I'll never concede that Marxism and Darwinism is an African concept. It's white Germans who came up with that nonsense.
All right.
So my argument is, I think that they're looking at their choice of president and his governing abilities versus Obama's, that actually worked. All right, for everyone, not just for blacks, not just for gays, not just for whites, not just for immigrants.
So what does that have to do with this discussion?
Well, this discussion about going to or running back to Africa so they can blow us all up when we get to Black Wall Street, that argument is based on the belief.
Okay, go ahead, man.
We all go to Rosewood so they can burn us all up.
All
but
right.
so what I'm saying is,
but they won't do it here.
No, they won't do it if we're doing like the Nation of Islam and we're in every major city where there are black.
Oh, really?
They're not going to burn down 20 major black cities, 25 black cities at one time. They're not going to do that.
Really? Okay.
They'll burn down one place. They'll burn down one. If we're all in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, yeah, they could take care of it.
You got 2 more minutes. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
All right. No, that's no problem. And so what I'm saying is, what we have to focus on, instead of focusing on this lie that they're going to give us reparations if we go off the top of the cliff, when we get to the bottom, then we get our reparations check. If we go with what worked, and that is a return back to the policies that worked, and that would mean that the 96% of black people that voted for Obama vote for Eric Holder, then we wouldn't have to worry about going anywhere. Because
is Eric Holder running?
Yes,
he is.
Middle of March. Yeah, he wants all the bullets. You guys to exhaust all your bullets on Kamala and Corey and Elizabeth Warren.
So has he announced?
Bernie Sanders.
Has he announced?
He said mid-March. He said after you guys are out of bullets.
So he said he was actually interested in running. Okay, all right. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So when we present our real candidates, all right, Biden and Holder, we can let white people vote for Trump. They're going to vote for Trump. Let them. Without 96% of the black vote, he won't win. Plus, he's going to be in prison because Obama. We can't take the chance that you guys elected Trump again. So he's going to prison, right? Pence going to prison. Bernie's going to prison. Jill Stein going to prison. And you see that a little bit now with these Cohen hearings, but we knew this from the minute they stole that election that they were going to prison. It was just a matter of time. All right. So now when Holder is in power, right, then they will see that this works better, and then they'll be cool on this, put us in power, we're better because we're white. And I think that will ease the influence that the Russians have had on black people, to where we're trying to get behind this lie that if we agree to justify slavery, that we will somehow get paid and rewarded for it.
All right, closing thought.
All right. So I appreciate you guys having me on the program. Let's try to do more to increase the truth telling that we do on Twitter, because this is our forum. It's what we make. Even though it's on their platform, it's our forum and we make it pop. All right. You brothers be good, man. I appreciate you having me on.
All right.
All right now.
Peace.
What's up, BGS?
Hey, Young, what's happening?
How you been? What's BAIO? I heard something about Africa.
It's an organization called Black African Infrastructure Organization.
Oh, okay. And what's the point of the organization? Just to ask.
Basically, it's just another Back to Africa movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
know, I don't even know how to describe them, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
basically that's what it is in a nutshell.
So what do you think about it? Just to ask.
Uh, it is pretty much the same as any other Back to Africa movement, except the one point I disagree with is that they actually want to have their own nation.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
That's right. You're from where?
Eritrea, East
Eritrea.
Africa. We
Now,
had to fight Ethiopia 30 years, our own people, just to get a little piece of our land.
yeah,
Many people died over that.
yeah. And Africa is actually very nervous about allowing people, different groups, to actually come in and with autonomy, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like look at South Sudan. They bombed South Sudan before they could become a country.
yeah,
What the Sudanese did to South Sudanese, crazy.
yeah. That's what I'm telling them. They're telling me, no, we can actually do it, and they'll actually accept it. I said, man, if you have a big enough force to actually come in and actually do it, backed by a big enough country, maybe, but it's still going to be a fight.
Yeah, a lot of people are probably gonna die. It's gonna because those leaders aren't giving up any land or any of their power. They rather die for it.
Whereas if you integrate into the country, become one of them, they'll accept that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
which is
probably be better.
which is what I said. But
More peacefully, more peacefully.
but we can't come in there. They won't accept us like that. I said, man, what you're talking about is not going to, in my opinion, is not going to work.
Yeah, that's like straight up war right there. That's crazy.
We can't come in there. They won't accept us. You got to mute your YouTube feed, Andrew. Andrew,
Yeah.
Andrew, mute your YouTube feed. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Can you hear me, bro?
You got to mute your YouTube feed. Mute your YouTube feed.
Can you hear me now, bro?
We got you.
You got me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. This is Andrew Harris calling in, right, bro?
Who are you?
Much appreciated, my brother.
Okay.
No disrespect to nobody. Please understand, I love my people, and I
Triple, you got your camera on. You want your camera on?
Oh shit.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. Do you mind if I leave that alone for now?
Leave what alone?
The camera.
No, I said Triple. You're not Triple, are you?
I don't follow you, my brother.
In other words, there's another dude with his name Triple. He just covered his camera. I was talking to him.
No. I'm my camera is covered.
I don't know. I wasn't talking to you. Your name's not Triple.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
All right. So
yes.
Andrew, go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Yes, my brother. So I've been listening to a lot of these movements and a lot of people talking about reparations and
we're not doing ADOS today, all right?
Copy that. But here's my thing, right?
Okay.
As a whole, I think we have enough spirituality at the moment as a whole, our people, to start working on a small scale right here where we are in Canada and America and the islands. Just start small. To
do what?
We need to start working together and start supporting each other. Whatever small business we have, we need to start it. Okay, here's an idea. In any one of the cities in the United States, we should get a listing of each one of those businesses owned by our people and start.
The Buy Black movement, the 1-800 Unite Us, the Mata movement, the what is it? The Millions More movement. There's a lot of companies, a lot of movements that actually do that right now. Okay, which one do you want to join?
My brother, I didn't even know about these movements. It's just an idea. Because I'm here. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the passion in our people's voice that we need to be lifted up and be better.
I get you, but are you part of the BAIO?
No, sir.
Well, that's what those are people I actually want to talk to. We're talking about Back to Africa and BAIO. Okay.
So, just a question.
Go real quick.
Yeah, and thank you for your time. So, in other words, to join your this organization, and then
Mhm.
what? Start preparing to build something in any part in some part of Africa. Is that what you're saying?
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is that's what we're talking about. That the Back to Africa movement, or repatriation, or whatever you want to call it, is a different thing. About linking together, starting business, supporting businesses, is an old idea going, and really going back to Garvey. Way back to Garvey. Nation of Islam talked about it. Um, um, what's his name? Claude Anderson has actually written 5 books on it.
Yep.
They've done videos on it.
Yep.
So it's not a new thing. It's a very old thing. You have organizations that were formed around it.
Okay.
But the thing is, what is the underlying problem that black people have?
With unity, we don't have enough love for
Why
each other
yeah,
to start working together.
why is that?
I honestly, I
Hmm.
really believe. Now, this is where I might step on some toes.
Hmm.
I truly believe what is written in the Bible. It's us,
No,
and
no.
just my opinion. Please let me finish, my brother.
Okay, okay. You actually veering away from what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give you
Your question, your
2 minutes.
question is
No, 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 no. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to actually make your point. Okay.
okay. Your question is why can't we work together?
Hmm.
Because we don't have enough love and respect for each other. This society, what was done to us here in these lands, have destroyed our minds. We need to heal. We need to start loving each other.
How do
We
you do that? How do you do that?
we have to heal first of all.
How do you do that?
That's a great question. I'm not a doctor, but I do know this. It's on another level of spirituality,
Okay.
and I honestly believe the only way that's going to happen is if we start getting on our hands and knees and asking God for us for forgiveness and
We
come and we work
we
together.
we
Here,
did we
I
did
asked
we
this
we
question
did that for
before.
we did that for 150 years.
Yes, sir. And I believe that. And check. Well, hold on a second. When we got our people got out of slavery, we
Hmm.
created Black Wall Street in under 50 years, and it was so successful. There's nothing stopping us from doing it again, but we know that the system is going to be working against us.
Of course
Yeah,
it is.
I truly believe what we were praying to and praying for was the wrong thing because we were under these bullshit religions of Christianity.
What's the right thing?
Who This is where I'm going to go back to, and I'm going to say that we've been reading the Bible incorrectly to think that it was for some other people when it was only for the Hebrews. I truly believe in my heart, sir,
Okay. All right.
that
All right. All right.
please, my brother, I
No, 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 no.
respectfully thank you for your
No, no,
time.
no. Yeah, because we don't. I'm a Gnostic. Other people are Christians. Some people are actually
Really, I really appreciate.
atheists.
Yes,
Atheists. We
I
try not to do that
completely,
here.
I
Okay.
completely
But
understand, and I thank you for your time, my
but
brother.
but
Yeah.
but 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 the easiest way to do that, basically, if you really want to know,
Yes, sir.
is basically get your kids out of the school system. Teach them
I
yourself.
completely. And where do they go?
You actually can teach them at home if you want to. Or start your own schools. You can do that now because you have
So we need
technology
to
actually do it.
separate ourselves, correct?
Well, even if you don't separate yourself, where do you get brainwashed? In
Oh my,
school.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I tell
So
you what,
if the Prussian school system is the best brainwashing system that ever invented by man, get them out of that, half your problems actually go away. But
my
anyway,
brother, I completely agree with you. It's on a bigger scale than that, though,
no,
where
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No,
everything.
no, it's
Go ahead.
not. No, it's not. Man, I studied this shit for 30 years. Okay,
I respect you. Please
and
explain,
and
sir.
and, and that is the answer. Where do they teach you to be white at?
In every program that we see on television today, every magazine, every system set up, that's where they teach you.
Have you studied the Prussian school system?
The depression?
Yeah. The Prussian, as in German Prussians.
No, I haven't, sir.
Study, go, no, go study that. Go look at that. Go study it and come back to me. All right.
I
Yeah.
respect you. I
All
thank you
right.
for the
Andrew,
All
can
right.
I say one thing, by the way?
Yes,
Just to
sir.
ask you. Yeah, one thing I have to say is, don't you think it's kind of disrespectful that some Hebrews think that black people are cursed? If black people are God's people, why would the people of God be cursed? And why would all the bad things happening just because of a curse if God loves the people
Hey,
so much?
Youngie, are you Jewish or are you Christian?
You want me to
Christian.
answer that question, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the question. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're asking why, if God is, so just to reframe, you're saying if God, why do Hebrews believe that God cursed the Israelites?
Yeah, if God loves, if this is God's, if black people are God's people, why would God curse them for so
Okay, so
long?
I take it that you have not read the Bible then, correct?
He's a Christian. Of course, he's read the
I've
Bible.
read the Bible, but I'm just saying, no, I'm saying
Because it's
specifically
in the
with,
Bible. God tells it. God, it starts from right
I
in
know,
the
I know
quote.
with the thing with, them going
But
against
you
what
asked
God
me a
said.
question. You asked me a question.
What brand of
You,
Christian are you, E?
you asked me a
Born
question.
again Christian.
Are
But
you
what I'm
born again?
saying
Oh,
is,
so you're not Orthodox, huh?
no, no, no.
All right.
My
But what I'm
brother,
saying is,
you asked
yeah,
me a question. I'm going to give you the answer.
Real
The
quick,
answer is
you got a minute, and we
yes, sir.
actually
And
get
I
off of
thank you
this. All
once
right.
again. You asked the question as to how do Israelites believe that we're cursed by God, because it's written in the Bible. It
I know,
tells
but
you.
for that long,
No, no, no,
from
no,
the
no.
time of
You
Moses,
Let
asked
him
the
let
question.
him finish. Let him finish.
You
You
asked the
you
question.
got
It's
30 more
written in the
seconds. Finish it.
Thank you, and I thank you again. It's written in the Bible. It starts from the beginning to the end, and the only way out to get out of it is to return to the Father. It tells you in the book of in Joshua that we must return to the Father, and then He will make our ways prosperous, so we can build together as a community, as people. Once we have the Father, then nothing will touch us.
All right.
That
Thank
is
you.
the answer.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
my
that
Thank you.
makes
brother.
Thank,
sense.
I
thank,
have to tell you
thank,
once again,
no,
thank you
no.
so much for your
All
show.
all
I
right.
really appreciate it, and I
All right.
pray to God that your organization and our people come out of this position that we're
All
in,
right. All
because
right. All right.
I
All right.
hate
All right. All
seeing the
right. All right.
people.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
your
thank you,
thoughts.
thank you.
All right. Thank you for your
Awesome.
thoughts. All right.
Yeah, I'm just saying like a curse for like that long,
No, we don't.
My bad, BGS.
E.
Yeah,
No, I'm not trying to have a.
I'm sorry. It's just
Uh,
it was a
I know.
question.
I know. That's why I don't like to have those debates on my platform, because
Thank
everybody has
you.
their own view.
Yeah,
I try to
Thank
respect,
you.
respect
Andrew. Thank you
everybody's
for
view.
answering my
I'm out.
question,
I
brother.
thank you guys. I'm
Thank you
out.
for answering my question,
All right.
Andrew.
Love,
All right.
respect.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Who's
Peace, peace.
next?
Hey, what's up, BGS? How you doing?
Pretty good. Who's this?
Triple X.
All right. Triple X. Go ahead. What you got?
Hey, respect to the panel. I wanted to know. I heard you mention earlier about the Sahara possibly being a location if the funds was right.
Uh-huh.
What is there any other locations that you would have consideration for or recommendation besides the
Oh, no,
Sierra?
no, no, no. The Sahara is the best way because guess what? It's a dead zone, right?
Right.
And basically, to actually bring that back to life, it would take a miracle, right?
Yeah, it would take a lot of funds for sure.
It would take a lot of funds, a lot of money, a lot of funds. But if you can do it, with a miracle in the Sahara, bring it back to life, they may, just may, give you statehood and autonomy, right? Because it would
Right.
take a miracle. That's why I said it.
Okay.
With enough money, enough effort, it is possible to do it. But the thing is take a huge effort to actually do it. But if you did it, even who's what are you? You're what? Eritrean?
Yeah, Eritrean.
Even the Eritreans said, if you can do that, we actually consider statehood for you,
Mm,
because it's dead land, right? And
yeah.
basically, bring Sahara back to life would actually do what? Um, invigorate the whole continent.
Yeah.
Then they may consider giving you statehood, right?
Right.
But it would take something on that level. In my opinion, take something on that level. Would you agree, E?
Yeah, but one thing that's like almost like impossible. Just saying like like that's like because Eritrea is not near the Sahara. It's like the Sahara is more north. But
Yeah,
you're right though, BGS. That would be like God coming down to earth if you could fix the desert
yeah.
in Egypt,
With
all those places.
there is technology. Yes, you do it. It would take
A lot of money too.
I said at least $1 trillion. At least $1 trillion. You actually do that, and that's what it actually would take. But if you could do that, then they would consider giving you statehood, an autonomous region at the very least. Because if you're doing that, if you're doing shit like that, what can they say? Give them niggas some land and let them go for it. Now,
Right.
weapons is another story, but the thing is, without weapons, but for land, yeah, they might do it. That's the only way that I can actually see it.
My next question would be BGS.
Uh,
What about some of like the more poor countries that have like a lot of land that's not being used, like Angola or like a few other places, man?
what are you asking for?
I'm asking. I'm still asking for the statehood, and like we're discussing here.
My man,
Yeah.
talk to him, man.
Yeah, ask that question again, sir.
No, I was saying, besides the Sierra, is there any other place that it might be a possibility for that in any of the other countries over there?
I mean, there's a lot of land,
Yeah,
but the people over there, they're like using it and stuff like that, and they're giving it to China and other places.
And China doesn't have autonomy in the region.
Yeah, China, they just come and do their business, and then they go back and do their thing in China.
Yeah, the reason that they're actually letting China do it is because China doesn't have any political aspirations. They're not trying to interfere with whatever the state's doing. Let us come and do our business, and that's it. It's about a transaction. It's not about anything else. And plus, China has something that we don't. You know what that is?
Big money to blow.
Big money and what? Weapons.
Weapons. Yeah.
They have aircraft. They have jets. They have aircraft carriers. They have missiles, nukes, whatever. Right? They got all of that. Right?
Of course, absolutely.
They have a big stick. Okay. What do we have?
Yeah, as a people right now in America, we don't have a lot. We don't have anywhere near China, that's for sure.
Well, even America doesn't have what China has. Okay.
Exactly. Let alone us.
Let alone us. So in other words, you asked me what it would take. He's Eritrean. He's African. He knows what he's talking about. That's the sentiment. That's what you're working against. Now you don't have to believe me. Believe somebody that came from there. All right.
Oh yeah, I got you. All
right.
Thank you.
So if you have any other ideas that can possibly work, I'm open. But the thing is, they're not giving me any ideas. Open land doesn't mean it. We have open land in America. How come we can't get it here?
That's a good question. Very good question.
We have open land. The vast majority of America is unoccupied, right?
Yeah.
How come we can't do it here?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. It's a ton of open land here.
Mm-hmm. So will they allow you to set up a separate country here in America?
No, they wouldn't though.
Okay.
It seems it'd be a little bit easier to negotiate that in one of the poorer countries over there as opposed to here.
Russia is the emptiest country on the planet. Empty.
Right.
Will Russia allow you to set up a country inside their borders?
Russia won't. Absolutely not.
Why?
Well, because of the possible imminent threat.
So, oh, really? So, but somebody else.
Yes.
So somebody else. So other people are actually stupid. They'll actually go for it, huh?
I just feel like with some of like the real poor countries, like money really talks. Now, I feel like with the right amount of money, that
wait a minute. Wait a minute. China has trillions. How come they can't do it?
That's true. That's true. Are they attempting to do it, or are they just satisfied with doing the business?
They know it can't be done.
I got you. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I concede on that point.
Europe tried it. South Africa was a European country for how long?
Oh, for years, man.
For 100 years.
100 years.
It no longer is. Why?
Good point. I got you.
Yeah, the people are gonna get. They're gonna revolt.
Yeah.
Thing is, we come from the United States. We're very secure, right? We don't have to worry about all that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Africa, the countries in Africa do not have that luxury.
No, the people are gonna rise up. They're gonna get some guns and
they're
gonna run the people out of there.
They're gonna come after you.
Yeah, overthrow. Absolutely.
Even if they allowed you in, okay? Even if they allowed you in, the people there are not gonna sit well with that.
They're gonna overthrow the government, or they're gonna try.
Are they gonna try to run you out?
Yeah, us being Americans coming there with money and making moves and stuff. I got you.
No, it's not. You could be American. You could be Indian, Pakistani.
You could be from the country over. You could be from the country right next to them.
Right next to them, exactly.
I got you. Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. You have an African telling you exactly what I just said.
Yeah, he's from Eritrea. I got you. He's backing it up.
That is how long did you guys fight Ethiopia?
30 years.
At least, right?
And Eritrea is a small country, like,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And Sudan fought each other for what, good 20, 25 years at
Yeah,
least?
and they were bombing their own people over there, which is crazy.
Yeah. Nigeria is constantly in an uproar and fighting each other to
Yeah,
this day.
yeah. Boko Haram, all that stuff,
Yeah.
rebels everywhere.
You know, and as peaceful as Ghana is, Ghana, it could happen in Ghana. They've made peace with each other, but that can be upset at any time.
Yeah, but for how long? That's what I think.
It's always on the table. That's why I always say it's always on the table. I want people to actually look at reality, not a dream, because you can't dream in Africa. You have to go there with reality. That's what you have to do. That's
Yeah,
what
like even if I went back to Eritrea, because I haven't been to Eritrea in like 10 years. If I go to like the rural area and I'm like, hey, I'm Eritrean, I'm from America, I want to take this land and they're gonna be like, all right, but what the hell are you doing here? We don't know you. And they're gonna be like, get them out of our land, and they're probably gonna chase me out of it.
Yeah, the Berbers may claim the Berbers have been there for Berbers have been there, man, for like 3,000 years.
In Morocco, right?
Yeah, they can claim Sahara, but the thing is, if we want to claim anything, we have to. It will take a miracle. Yeah, D-Raptor's integration to that country's culture is the only. I've said that for years, and they have no problem with that. When they actually say they're going to give you land, they're going to give you a place to actually set up and become part of the culture. That's what they mean. They don't mean for you to come in and actually take over the region. No, they want you to come in and blend in and help them build it up. That's what they want.
Yeah, and migrating. I got
If
you.
Eritrea invited you in and said we're going to give you land, that's what they mean. Come in, become part of the culture, and help build it up, because they need people to actually expertise, people to actually come in and help them, not take over. You can't come in with that American colonization mindset, which is what I hear from BAIO. We actually come in and colonize. That's not what they want, in my opinion. When I said the retirees coming in, infusing the country with cash, with money, and not taking jobs, that's a win-win for everybody. Most African countries would actually take that. You're bringing in dollars without putting people out of work, which is basically free money for them.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying, BGS. Even if we tempted the autonomous nation in one of the countries and offered up resources and jobs, they still be too concerned.
You better have weapons like Israel if you want to do that. All right.
Yeah, got
you. If you want to become a garrison state like Israel,
right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill a lot of people.
Israel, they wanted to put Israel in Uganda. Guess what they said? Guess what they said? Why they said no? Too many niggas. We can't defend it. That's why they picked Palestine. Most people don't know that. They don't do their history. They couldn't defend it. They knew they were taking over. They knew they were colonizing. And that's colonization talk. You will scare people. You can't do that, in my opinion. But you can do what you want. If you can make it work, man, prove me. I say prove me wrong. Find a place.
What about Liberia? Isn't that like a lot of
Liberia? Actually, Liberia was a place. I think it was 1998. If you took up residency in Liberia, they actually had to give you citizenship. But I think they took that off the table.
What about Angola?
You don't want to try Angola.
Yeah, Angola, I heard, is crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay.
You try that in Angola, you might get attacked. Okay, you probably will get attacked in Angola. They just went through a big ass war, man. Angola's probably not going to even go for it if you could get it. But you're welcome to try.
BGS, I'm just curious. I'd like to hear your opinion on it. If we could, if by some miracle we could get that going, how beneficial would it be for the blacks in America as a whole?
How much land do you have? How much infrastructure do you have? And
like
would
if we
they,
could get the Sierra that you were discussing.
so what?
Like if we could get a amount of land near the amount of the Sahara that you got.
If you can turn Sahara into the green belt, you have more than enough people. That mean more than enough land for people. Infrastructure would be tough because it would take a lot of automation, a lot of infrastructure to actually make that happen and feed all these people. The thing, if you get it going, Sahara is actually a third of Africa, at least, maybe
Yeah.
even half of Africa.
Yeah, and they killing black people in the Sahara. That's what I hear. The Oregon stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, because people are trying to cross the Sahara to actually go to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't get caught up in that. But if you actually revolutionize that, they would have to give you land. But that's a big if. That's a big ask. Anyway, who's next? I'm kind of running out of energy. Who's next?
Good afternoon, Mr. BGS. How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon or good evening. I'm actually over here on the East Coast, so it's evening over here for us.
All right.
Yeah. But I wanted to run something past you and get your thoughts on it. And I also appreciate the other brother from Africa being on here. He may also have some input on it. And what my idea is it's very similar to yours, where it has to do with what's the term? Assimilating into the culture that is there. However, what I would like for us to do, say we take a movement like the ADOS movement, and say that movement grows to 100,000 to 1,000,000 people.
It probably already is, but yeah, go ahead.
All right, and let's say that those million people get themselves together and organize, and they approach a country such as Ghana and say, look, we're not coming to you with a empty hand and a hungry mouth. What we want to do is to set up some type of agreement for dual citizenship. What we will offer you is we will pay, the only term I can come up with is we will pay taxes yearly to you, thus offering your nation revenue. You know, your nation needs money. We're in a place in America where we have access to money. You know, we are poor here, but we do have access to money. So, you know, just think of if we have 1 million or 10 million people paying a yearly tax to a country.
How many people want citizenship?
That is something to take into consideration, and that's something that would have to be solved.
It's a security problem. It's not a money problem. It's a security problem.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Anytime we have an enclave of people coming in, it's a security problem. Those aren't your people.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it could kind of be seen like gentrification in a way, like, you know what I mean?
Worse
like in
than
New
that.
York, because I'm from Brooklyn, so it's like like the hipsters moving into Brooklyn. It's like that.
but even there, they're part of the government, part of the country.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but the thing is, it'd be like the Chinese moving into your city and taking over.
Because they would see us as complete outsiders, correct?
They're outsiders, and all of a sudden they start dictating policy to you because they brought in a whole bunch of money. Is it about the money?
No, it would not be about the money.
It's not about the money, is it? Look, put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're thinking there. Guys, you just threw a big monkey wrench.
What I'm saying is, the right of a boat is already there. If you throw enough big bone at them, they will actually may enforce it, because that's almost as good as citizenship. But 1 million people is probably way too many for Ghana. They get mighty nervous. I said spread people out. You got 54 countries. I said spread them all out for the ones that will come, and then work your way up through the ranks and within 2 or 3 generations, and then become part of the country, part of the elite class. As a matter of fact, then you can actually help set policy. That's the way you do it.
Okay, so let me just fight just a little bit more, even though I think you've already won the battle. See, because if you're obtaining tax revenue from 1 million people, you could probably build your country up to first world status in a rather short time. 5 to 10 years.
No, well, first world status takes longer than that because you have to have basic infrastructure, and that usually takes like 20, because you actually have to move dirt and build that stuff. Like Ghana doesn't have a sewage system.
Mhm.
It doesn't have a forced water pipe system, right? Even in Accra, as big as Accra is, it still has water tanks. Okay, that takes years. I mean, do mean years to put in. Talking about 10 to 15, maybe 20 years for basic infrastructure.
Mhm.
And that's what they're trying to do now. It's going to take time. They're doing it right now. It just takes time. But
Okay.
but the thing is, retirees. I say retirees is because they're bringing all their money into the basically into the economy. All, not just taxes, all their money, because they have to spend. Spending basically brings money from America to where? To the local economy. So which is why I say retirees are actually the best bet. 100,000 retirees would actually bring in about 20 to $30 billion a year in basically free money into your economy. Can't beat that without a loan, without interest, and it's a win-win. That's why I said it. Instead of just taxes, you actually they're actually people are actually getting something, and you're giving something back. That's effortlessly instead of a tax. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
I listened to you list that to the young guy earlier, and I
Hmm.
think it just went totally over his head.
And he doesn't understand it because he hasn't done the economics. But he'll try to prove me wrong. He actually will look it up and figure it out. Let me read my super chat. Say, wouldn't that create a country like Israel if the Sahara was returned to profitability? For Africans from every country will move in there and demand land. Um, Basically, there's more than enough land in the Sahara to actually do it. If they want to come in and actually reclaim their own land of the country, because we're in the country. Sahara is not actually an autonomous region. Countries actually own parts of it, so it'll be still their land. So if they want to come in and actually want a piece of it, it's still their land. They can actually come in and actually replicate what we're already doing. But the thing is, if we want an autonomous region, that's the only way that I can actually see that we can actually do it, in my opinion. And there's ways to do it. It just takes a lot of money and effort. China's already doing it in
BGS.
in the Gobi Desert. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Because listening to your stream has kind of brought me back to reality, and it killed some of the ideas that I had because
Well, no, it should.
because
There's ways to do things, but the thing is, it's not as easy as we think. You have to be
see
live in reality. Go ahead.
see the thing is, like, what I like to tell people is that us black people worldwide, we have one chance in this world to obtain some power, resource, positioning, and that's if
Talking about
we
globally. Talking about globally.
yes, globally.
You're already on the roadmap to do it. It's just going to take time. Your chances already showed up. You took it. You're taking it right now.
I was saying,
Globally.
if we can cast our tribalism to the side, even temporarily, to
Hmm.
come together to work as a group with the priority of getting money.
Why do you think Europeans are trying to actually loan you billions of dollars right now and try to limit your population growth? Why do you think that is?
Because population growth, whoever has the largest population is more than likely going to run the
Exactly.
planet.
Where's the population growing at?
It's definitely growing in Africa.
Well, so what are they? What's the only thing that they're missing? They have resources,
Technology,
technology. Who's supplying that?
as of right now, China.
China. You have technology, you have people, you got resources, right?
Yes.
Those three things translate into what? Power, right?
Yes.
4 billion people with technology and resources equal what?
Power.
Power.
Domination.
I mean, as a continent, that's power. That's why they're afraid of you.
Okay, so
How old's your baby?
my baby is 6.
Oh, cute. Boy or girl?
She's a girl.
Oh,
Girl.
okay. My grandson's 6. So, well, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, you're saying actually it's just a matter of time.
I've been saying,
Anyway,
you know what? When I started saying that in 2003, people thought I was crazy. Everybody. No, man, it's gonna take 1,000 years, 500 years. I said, no, it won't. You're bullshitting, man. It can't never happen. 2010, it said the same thing. Now, all of a sudden, China started building the East African corridor. Now, what are people saying? I was on board. I was on board with this 20 years ago, but I was one of the few that said how long it would happen. I said 22nd century. Been saying that for 20 years. Now people are coming on board. No, it's going to happen sooner. It's not going to happen sooner. It's already on the roadmap. China knows it. Europe knows it. America knows it. That's how come Bill Gates is over there trying to limit their population. It is what it is. It's already on the roadmap.
That definitely makes a person like me rest easier. Don't really have to fight too hard because it's going to happen regardless.
What's happened? What's happened to Europe right now?
Europe is in. I'm guessing a bit of a downslide. Due to population, due to immigrants.
Yep. To population, right?
Yes.
Yep. The only growing population on the planet is where?
Africa.
Africa. Everybody else is in a D cycle.
Oh my God. Oh, okay.
I may do a video about that. I may not. It depends on how the powers that be are bugging me and whether I feel like it or not. But the thing is, I've explained it before. Most people don't pay attention to it because they don't think it's real. But the thing is, your policymakers all know that it's real. That's why I don't pay attention. I already know what's gonna, how it has to play out. Okay, I talk to the Africans how it has to play out. It has to play out this way. There's no other way it could play out. And you're lucky that it did this way, because other than that, you had to wait another. You missed this chance. You had to wait another 200 years. But they took it.
Oh my God. Okay, you're referring to them accepting the help from the likes of like China?
Who else is going to help them develop?
No one else?
No one else. We don't need China. Yeah, well, that's what you say. What happened to Africa before China?
They were abused. I mean,
they were abused, right? They were held back. Had no infrastructure, right? Very little technology, right? Except what they could beg for, right?
Yes.
Now all of a sudden, what's happening?
They're coming up. They are obtaining things that can help them grow.
Exactly. It is what it is.
I used to work with a young lady that was from China, and me and her used to have talks, and she told me something I never verified, but concerning Africa, she said that China always had a good relationship with Africa.
Yeah, they have.
She learned that growing up.
Yeah, they always have. Yeah, they still do. They always have, going all the way back to the the 15th century. Yeah, they always have. China is not historically a colonizer. That's not what they do. They trade. They always like trading. Okay. And plus, a lot of what they know comes from what? The continent of Africa. They just excavated a pyramid at the base of the Great Wall. That's like 7,000 years old.
Yeah, and their language is similar to the ancient hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
And their fighting techniques. Their fighting techniques are from Egypt and Africa.
From Egypt, yeah. They know that. The way the hidden cities laid out comes out of Africa. Yeah.
And they come from the Kojans. The Kojans look exactly like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we are them.
Is there a way though that after we get our technology and what we want, that like we could kind of make sure that we do our own thing without them?
Yeah. Logic Needed is made a good statement. Read Tragedy and Hope, a boring book, but a must read. Yeah, you can't understand the modern Western society without reading Tragedy and Hope. He's actually correct.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how do we keep China out when we get what we want from them? Like not to be,
okay, you can't.
Yeah, that's that's the ultimatum, I guess.
In other words, you got 1.5 billion people with technology and weapons. How are you gonna keep them out?
Yeah.
You can't keep Europeans in the United States out. How you gonna keep them out? I'm waiting
You're right. You're right.
I asked the same question to them. You can't protect yourself. How you gonna keep them out?
Yeah, they have all the technology and all the people, like 2 billion people over there.
Yeah. And with Russia, when they add Russia's might to theirs, how you gonna keep them out? You ain't got one. You don't have one drone, one plane, do you? I think Ethiopia is the only region that has an air force. I think them and Egypt have an air force.
I think Ethiopia.
Yeah. There's only two that have an air force. Really, an air force.
Like a major one. All the other countries have like very little.
Yeah.
Air forces.
Yeah. You take Nigeria, they can't even protect themselves from Boko Haram.
Yeah, they haven't really settled that at all.
Yeah. So if you can't do that, you can't take on China. So you have two choices: either make love or get raped. So they took the former, not the latter. But it'll work out. China took a risk. I have to give them credit. They took the risk because giving Africa technology was a risk that they had to take, but they took it. So now Africa is actually on the map, on the pathway for power, and basically there's very little anybody actually do about it. It is what it is. But study it for yourself. Don't believe me. Drop the link. I'm gonna do another 30 minutes, and I'm out.
Yeah, you're right. I think just the diaspora, the youth of the diaspora need to talk, because the elders, I've seen you guys are really connected, but it seems like the youth, we're just arguing or we're just too busy with entertainment and trying to go live like the Europeans.
Lions, I'm not doing this today, Lions. I'm gonna remove this one, but don't do that shit again, man.
I'm not doing this today.
Who's next? I'm running out of juice.
It's been like 3 hours and you've been talking. That's crazy.
I know. I'm running out. I'm getting too old for this. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I want to make a couple of comments. But I like what I'm hearing here. Two things. I just mentioned on the chat there. If you go to Tunan City in Taiwan,
okay,
you will see the statue of one of the Han Dynasty's kings. And the guy is black.
Yeah.
The guy is black. I mean, when I first saw it, I almost fell.
Yeah. Yeah. They when they actually went to Sentinel Island or the Sentinel Islands, they actually found out that they're forerunners of all the Asians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And my second thing is, after, I don't know if you can do it after or while we are going through the process of getting this reparations thing done.
Yeah, well, that's a big if, but yeah, that's a big if. But go ahead.
I'm looking at Africa. And with my travels, and I'm saying, I know the Chinese there. I see the Russians coming in. I see I even before the Russians started coming in. Well, the Russians were there a long time ago. The Russians, people don't know that the Russians were there a long time.
Oh yeah, they've been out there since the 50s. Yeah.
But even well, yeah, that's yeah. But anyway, you can find you got like the Saudis. The
Mm-hmm.
Saudis are buying large tracts of land in
Yeah,
Africa.
they've been doing that. They've been doing that for farmland since
Yep.
2005. Yeah.
The
Okay.
Israelis now, they
Mm-hmm.
are trying to do another thing. They're trying to do this backdoor thing about getting into the African Union, but they also buying land and transferring what they stole from the Arab from the Palestinians as far as planting crops and all that.
Yeah.
They got all that technology from the Palestinians. People don't realize. People don't refuse to accept that.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we can make I'm talking when I say we, I'm talking about like um this the part of the system that you're in. When I say you're in, you've been talking to Africans for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I look at Africa, if we brought, say, if they say, look, Mauritania,
Mm-hmm.
Chad, Mali,
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
DRC,
Mm-hmm.
if we negotiated with them, say, look, we're gonna send our people in, we're gonna send in farmers because they know how to farm.
You
We're
should have
gonna
done.
send in,
You could have done that with Zimbabwe when they needed farmers. They still need farmers.
well,
Uganda needs farmers.
right. What I'm saying is that going forward, if we
Mm-hmm.
can do that, because Kenya right now is deep into China, their technology is moving forward at a good pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kenya, Uganda,
Kenya needs farmers.
right? Kenya, Uganda, that area
Mm-hmm.
is moving on okay, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the West and the Central Africa,
Because the money, the Chinese money, moved from what, west to
West
east.
to East, right?
Yeah.
But if our people here
Mm-hmm.
in the diaspora, U.S., because the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. been
If
black people in the U.S. been talking
if
to Africans for years
if
now,
if
100 years.
what are Chinese doing?
Yeah, but
China,
China is not going to obstruct us.
the thing is, but China's not doing what? They're not doing ifs, are they?
No,
They're doing what? They're doing business
we're working
today.
on the basic plans of transferring. Um, they're moving into Africa.
Well, China has developed Africa more in the last 10 years than Europe did in the last 200. Are they not?
Exactly, true.
Hmm?
But I'm going from what the brothers are talking about here. If they want land in Africa to build. But what I'm thinking is if they say we got the we got the mines,
Mm-hmm. The
and
mind.
we have
The,
some resources too, but we have the mind, the ability, the capability of building.
yeah,
You understand? And
and
if we could strategically place our people
what
in
what's
places like
what
I say, in
what
Mauritania,
what
Mali, Chad, DRC,
what's stopping these people from going?
uh, we are not really. A lot of us are not connected to Africa, and a lot of us don't have the resources.
It's called it's called what? Money.
Yeah,
What did I just say? Was the problem?
resources.
Money. Resources are there. Money. How do you pay for shit? How do you pay people? Money.
Uh, and from what the way I look at it, it doesn't take 50% of people to do something. All we need is like 10%.
Okay.
And if that 10% are willing to say, look,
How,
we're
how,
not gonna move everything right away.
how do you get them to go?
You sit down and have a conversation.
They've been sitting down having conversations. How do you get them to go?
You guys
What,
might provide
what,
some kind of encouragement, which is a way
what,
we can
what, what is
convince them
that?
that they can make money.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how do you convince them of that?
Well, we can show them the resources they have that they can use.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
you can't do that.
The Africans come here. The Africans have actually, for the last 10 years, they have been coming here, having business opportunity conferences all over the country. They tell you how to come over there and make money. What's the issue?
But we have obstacles because
Like what?
our own people. You get people
Really?
who come here and kind of talk people into not going because they're showing Africa as this
Oh,
undeveloped place where you go there, you're going to stop dead.
so you're not doing a good job of selling them, right?
Correct.
So who's that on, them or you?
Us, me.
Yeah. That's exactly why I had what retirees go first, right?
Right.
You know,
Well,
they don't
I'm
have,
one of those people.
in
I'm
other words,
retired,
you
and
retire.
I'm doing
You don't need a job, right?
no.
So when you take your check to wherever you're going, where does the money go? Goes to that economy, right?
Into that economy, yeah.
So in other words, now you can actually sponsor young people to come over and live with you for 6 months, right?
Right.
Or 3 months, 6 months, whatever, right? For cheap, right?
Yeah.
And then they can do what? Meet people, right? Get comfortable with
Exactly.
with the culture, right?
The culture, yeah.
You come 3 or 4 times, you're comfortable, know everybody, right? By the second time, right?
Right.
Then you can actually come in and start doing business, right?
Right.
Because you're comfortable. You don't mind living there because you've been there for 6 months. You know, sometimes a year. Do it 2 or 3 times. Oh, I can do this. I know where to live, what I'm going to eat, how to buy a car, how to get around, what business opportunities are there, what the food is like. Oh, I can't eat this, but I can't eat that. I have to drink my water out of you know, that's filtered instead of out of the tap. Okay, this is where I can live, where I can't live. It's just an adjustment. That's the best way to get people to actually come over and do business. Get them comfortable. If you have enough hosts over there with enough people coming there to actually experience the culture, they're more likely to stay or at least come back. Right?
Yeah, you're correct.
That's why I suggested it. But I'm an old motherfucker that don't know what he's talking about.
That's what you got to convince the young people. You know what I'm saying?
If they have a better idea, like I told my brother, go do it. He's what, 35? Go do it. Yeah, you're 35, you know, you're 34, 35 years old. Prove me wrong. He said, I'm going. Well, you're not there. Well, where are the people? What are they doing? Well, I can't speak for them. Don't talk to me about it then. There's an enclave of people in Ghana right now. The whole enclave, about 4,000 or 5,000 people in the crowd.
Oh yeah, there are other areas too. I know people who well those are basically from the Caribbean, but
Yeah,
they're Ethiopia.
yeah. So, but if you bring in an enclave of 100,000 people, basically you set up an emplacement, and if you do that, then you can actually sponsor students.
Oh, that will have a real. I mean, that will have a very a huge effect on the country itself.
I know, but I don't know what I'm talking about. People ask, what are your plans? Oh, it can't be that simple. All right. All right. They'll accept a retiree before they accept a young person. Why? Because the retiree is bringing in what? Money. Straight cash. Well, they're not paying you. You have to eat. You have to buy your houses. You have to pay for electricity. That infuses the whole system with what? Cash, with money. And bringing it from America to there. So those are dollars. So not just CDs or whatever money it is. Those are dollars that are actually coming in, which America doesn't particularly like. But you get 100,000, 200,000, they won't miss it very much. They'll actually be okay with it. But that's enough to actually infuse a country like Ghana, infuse a country like Kenya. Like I said, I did the numbers. Like I said, 20 to 30 billion dollars a year in basically cash transfers into an economy. That's a big injection in a small country. Especially at the rate of what you know, when you have people that live on like $5 a day. It's a big injection of money.
Well, yeah, it's and not only the money, but you as a person. When I travel West Africa, I talk to the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you talk to the people, you pass on your own ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you're a real political novice, and you have no, you just dare to look at the ruins, you know, the things that they advertise.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you're gonna have an effect.
The Eritreans didn't sell anybody. More than likely, the Eritreans actually sold more than anything else.
That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't have anything to do with the transatlantic slave trade.
No. They're probably the people that actually got sold to the
by the Arabs.
Arab slave trade. Yeah, by the Arabs to the Arab slave trade.
Yeah, the Arabs they colonized East Africa. They ran through it.
Yeah. So they had their own. They had that was the Eastern slave trade that they don't talk about. But anyway, and probably the Ethiopians probably sold them into bondage.
That's what I'm saying. Ethiopia had slavery too.
Yeah, they
had slavery for a long time.
Yeah, they actually probably sold you guys.
Damn, I don't know about that. But.
I'm you know, I don't either.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just laughing about it. Somebody
did.
But you guys know that there's a connection between the Arabs and the Jews, and well, people we call Jews today.
They come from the same region, of course.
But what happened is the Portuguese sailed around to that area.
Yeah.
And they were sailing there before most other people.
Yeah.
Most other what we call Europeans today.
Yeah, around the Horn. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 14th century, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, before 13th in the third. Well, yeah, the 14th century.
14th century, yeah, 1300, 14th century, yeah.
Yeah. And there was a contract. I saw it once in a book, and yeah, man, I lost that book. I almost cried. That between the Myranos and the Arabs bought the slave trade across the Barbary Coast down into West Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, but most of them are actually local. You know, to Eastern slave trade was actually local. But the thing is, all they did was actually when the New World opened up, they just did what they were already doing and actually put the people into the New World instead of in Asia. It just put the people in different places. It was already going on.
Yeah.
So people saying that there's no such thing. No, it was going on way before the Americans actually colonized, for the lack of a better term.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
BGS, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
As a supporter of ADOS, I get shit from both sides.
Why? Well, you're gonna get shit from both sides because
from the Africans and from the ADOS.
Africans don't want to give up their spot because they know what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
I support the ADOS. You know, reparations, all that.
Basically, it's going to trickle down anyway. I don't know what they're afraid of, because we have to take money from white people to get, and you're already in our neighborhood. That's what the ones that actually going to get spent in the black neighborhood.
Yeah, I guess some Africans just might be a little bit jealous.
They don't want
they want free money. That's what it is.
Well, they don't want to be. They want to play black.
Yeah. They want to go to Europe and say, "Yo, man, I'm from America.
I'm from America."
Yeah,
or,
you know,
I graduated from Harvard or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm a black person, but
they want to sag their pants and be like, "Yeah, man, I'm from LA."
Yeah. So, but it has nothing to do with them. That's what I don't understand. It got nothing to do with you.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I look at this reparations thing as. Roosevelt implemented something called Social Security. And to me, this is a Social Security system for Black Americans.
What, reparations?
Reparations, because it's like they work, and they weren't supposed to go into a bank for them.
Reparations are from old treaties from emancipation that never got paid off.
Yeah, 40 acres and a mule.
It's never settled.
That. Yeah, I read about that.
It's worth 6.7 trillion right now.
So in other words, it's still standing. It was never paid.
Yeah, 40 acres and a mule, right?
40 acres and a mule, but that's part of it.
Part of it. But the money. Since you didn't get the money when you worked for it, that's the money you should be getting now. That's the way I look at it.
ADOS is about two things. Reparations is something else, but the affirmative action stuff that's already in place is already signed into law that we didn't get. That's the big that's the big cookie that nobody wants to look at, because that's gonna cut into everybody else, and that's what people are afraid of. You can have reparations, but don't cut into the affirmative action that actually allows me to actually get grants and get the jobs and stuff like that. That's what they're afraid of, because those spots are for black people, especially for black men, to correct what the damage that was done to them. That's what it's for. And people, just because you have a black face doesn't mean it was for you. But you show up at a job, has a black face, they're actually going to check that box and hire you, because a black person is a black person to them. And they all count the same. What happens when they don't all count the same? When you get refused a job because you're not ADOS. That's what people are afraid of. You can't get into college because Native Black Americans get those spots before you. That's what they're afraid of. Because when you go to college and you're a black person, whether you're from Africa or wherever, if you're black, they check that box. Oh, we got black people in, even though they're Nigerians. What happens? Can't put Nigerians in the same spot. Oh, well, that's what people are afraid of. But they won't say that, because that's the real power behind ADOS. And nobody wants to talk about that because it'll make people nervous. Hispanics, white women, immigrants, it'll make them nervous, because they're not supposed to be able to apply for it. It's supposed to be corrective action for black people. Anyway, closing thoughts, folks.
Yeah, you're right though. You're right. You're definitely right.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole thing with Bernie Sanders, man, that dude is a fraud. How is a Jew who's getting reparations going to go against people in America, who deserve reparations?
Because he's white, he won't get elected if he says it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. It's come, everybody's dodging it. If you ever want to get white people not to vote for you, talk about reparations or black causes.
I seen a video, and a young black girl pulled Bernie to the side at a rally, and Bernie ran like the Sonic.
She asked him in a town hall.
Yeah,
he dodged it. Nobody. It's a hot topic. Nobody wants to pick that hot.
So look, why are we still giving money to Israel? You know what I mean? Like, if America's so against giving people money for free.
All the wealth of Germany after World War II, where did it go?
It went to Israel.
No, it didn't. Where did it go?
Where did it go? United
States.
Oh, okay.
They're asking for their goddamn money back.
Wow.
That's why they paid it. All that gold coming out of Germany, it went to the United States. Everybody knows it.
Wow, I did not know that.
And they paid them a fraction of what they were owed. I do mean a fraction.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but nobody's going to talk about it. You have to understand why they pay. Why do they pay certain things without a fuss? When a war ends, money goes someplace. Where does it go?
To the winners.
To the winners. As you said, we know this. You got that money from us that was taken by Germany, and we want a piece of it back. Well, how much? Well, we need this much. I can't have that much. Well, at least give us a fraction of it. Okay, here's your fraction. Now keep going.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not about. Yeah, that's why history is important. The best line I ever heard: "The past is never dead and buried. In fact, it's never even past." So
yeah, our problem is we're forgetting the history. We just want to,
and the thing is, you're not forgetting. You never taught it in the first place.
Oh yeah, we always talking about we want to go to the future. We want to get the bag, get the money.
Yeah, you get the bag. You want to get to the bag, but they're not. But they don't teach you accurate history. When you start learning accurate history, then you understand what happened and why it happened, because it does repeat. Because Culture is very sticky, and those patterns repeat, even from slavery, even though it's 200 years ago. It still repeats itself, even today. Black people are doing the exact same thing on the plantation that we're doing now. We
You
don't
know
even
what's
know it.
crazy? Johnny Cochran, before he died,
Mm-hmm.
he actually was making a case for reparations to sue the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of fishy, isn't it?
No,
That he died right
that he died.
after.
Could be, but the thing is, you getting paid it is one thing. I said, reparations is good as a rallying cry, but the thing is, you fight for what's already owed you, that's already on the books, which is affirmative action. Yeah, grants, small business loans, scholarships, rebuild your HBCUs, opportunities, opportunity zones, all tax credits, all that stuff, worth trillions of dollars that white women get every day.
That's why I came in your chat on Saturday actually to ask you about that question. Like
Mm-hmm.
most people in America, when you want something from the government
Mm-hmm.
and you sit down and talk to them and they don't reply or they don't want to see your point of view, you take the government to court. Why is it that no one has taken to the U.S. government to court or to a world court in the case of ABOS? I mean,
Uh,
in America.
because the people that possibly could do it and position to do it actually paid off.
Hmm.
They've been bought out, cash.
Cash and money talks, baby. But the thing is, to wrest it out of white women's hands is going to be a tough fight. Okay, it's going to be a tough fight, and black women are not going to help you. So it's on you.
One thing, BGS.
Yeah, last thing. Go ahead.
When I found out Africa was named after a white man, I was just like, "What?"
Well, that's the name. That's a Roman name for the continent.
Isn't it Leo Africanus, the
Yeah,
dude? Yeah,
yeah. He could have been white. He might not have been.
yeah. I guess we'll never know.
A Roman citizen is not necessarily white.
They had black people over there.
They had black people.
Wasn't Africanus a former slave?
Africanus, I do believe Africanus may have been a Phoenician.
I think he was a general though. That's the
Yeah, him and Hannibal studied underneath the same teacher.
Okay,
Yeah, so he had to be. He couldn't have been white, in my opinion.
right. From what I heard, he was a Libyan, and he was a slave, and then he came up to the ranks of the power.
There was no
He was a
such
young
thing as
man.
there's no such thing as Libya back then.
Hmm.
That's Carthage.
Carthage, yeah.
Yeah, that's Carthage, where Hannibal was,
Right,
which is Phoenicia,
right.
which where they come from is Lebanon, which used to be called Western Egypt. Israel, that region was Western Egypt until Egypt started to decline.
that was considered Africa, like the Middle East.
Depending on how you cut it up. Tomato.
Yeah,
Asia, is it Asia or is it Africa? Tomato. But they used to be Egypt's frontier before they declined. And I think the Assyrians were actually the next country over. So anything west of Assyria was actually Egypt. That's where all the migrant workers actually came from that region. So when there was a drought, they came into Egypt proper, actually worked as
Yep.
migrants.
The migrant workers came from all the way from what's now Greece and um, down to Egypt.
Any place you could walk.
Yeah,
Yeah, any place you could walk. Migrant workers.
even from India, as far as
Mm,
India and
mm,
Afghanistan.
that's possible. I doubt that, but yeah, it's possible.
There, Indians, well, Africans were going up to India a long time.
Yeah, well, they have boats.
Yeah. The Indian Ocean is not too far from the east coast of Africa.
Yeah, they have boats. Anyway, closing thoughts, folks.
This was a great hangout. You know, great to listen to the panel. Have a great day, everybody.
All righty. Thanks for dropping in.
Yep. Stay black.
Got no choice.
Yeah, word.
Can't change it.
Fantastic discussion. Yes, take care.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Night, everyone. Peace, BJ.